It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
So where's the office, back at Division? Yeah, in the office, baby. Going out.
And here we go. Welcome in to another edition of Rothman and Ice. I'm Matty Ice. Across from me on the board, filling in for CB today is Bodie Wells. And to my left, I got a former Buckeye wide receiver and a Grey Cup MVP by the name of DeVier Posey. Depot, happy Freaky Friday, as we call it here on the show. How you feeling, big dog?
I'm feeling good. What's up, man? What's up, Americans? Columbus. You know, 4th of July, sometimes it can overwhelm you with the barbecue and the things you got to do. Mm-hmm. But yesterday, I had a feeling of appreciation because my brother lives in Japan, right? And I'm talking to him yesterday, and I'm like, man, I'm happy I live in America. I'm happy we can just let off fireworks in our driveway and nobody can say nothing. We can barbecue. We can do what we want. We can be radio hosts, chase these dreams, be athletes, and be entertainers and personalities and business owners. And I'm thankful.
I like it. What you're saying is you're zooming out a little bit, looking at the big picture, being where your feet are, and just soaking in what we get to do on an everyday basis. I probably don't do that enough. Man, so I need to take your advice.
Dude, Matty Ice.
I am. I'm lucky to be in this position. I'm lucky to have the wonderful listeners that we have doing shows with guys like you, Bodie, and everybody else. It's a great time, man. So I'm glad everybody is feeling pretty good today. At least I hope everybody's feeling pretty good today. Like I said, we're always thankful that you can rock out with us for a little bit of time throughout the day. Here's our menu for today. We've got at 12:33 ESPN college football analyst Trevor Matich. We'll get an offseason feel from him on Ohio State and some of the other big name schools around the country. 12:48 every Friday we do overs and unders. 1:20 we will do under pressure, and then at 2:33 we'll talk all things Major League Baseball with our guy Jensen Lewis, and maybe more specifically my Cincinnati Reds depot going into the Boogie Down Bronx and pulling out the brooms on Aaron Judge and the Yankees. And just a quick reminder, wherever you get your podcast, if you miss anything from our show, just type in Rothman and Ice. Our faces will pop up. You can listen to anything and everything that happens between noon to 3, Monday through Friday, with AR, myself, and Depot, and other guys that are filling in. And don't forget, subscribe to the podcast as well. So outside of Depot, you really soaking in what it's all about to be an American yesterday and all those good things. How did the 4th of July treat you?
Amazing, man. Amazing. So what we try to do is see as many fireworks shows as we can handle. So Friday we did the Pickerington joint. Well, no, Wednesday we did the Pickerington fireworks. Knocked them joints out. It was good times. My wife likes to bring the little portable s'mores.
That works.
So she has a little fire, past time before the fireworks go off. Finale was okay.
Okay.
New Albany.
So you're saying my city didn't really bring it, is what you're saying.
Well, here's the thing. You always judge the fireworks show off the finale.
That's true.
The finale has to come right, and it has to be
booming.
And it has to have some length. You know what I mean? Yeah. Time-wise. Like, you can't have a 1-minute finale. And I'm not trying to tell you anything bad, but New Albany, they came right.
Okay.
We did them yesterday. They have a little carnival. It's always vibe. We got friends up there. We always meet them, same spot, same location. And the finale was on point.
Okay.
And that was good enough for me.
Would you get about 10 minutes at that one?
It was nice.
Okay.
It was nice.
I'm disappointed in my city. I love my city of Pickerington, but it's okay. You can call them out. We got to step our game up next year. That's all.
Here's the thing. The way I settled on it was there's more money in New Albany. That's all. That's what I came up with. They bought more fireworks. They got more hands on deck.
Oh, man.
More volunteers. That's what I settled on.
I'm not mad at it. Did you partake in any 4th of July food or carnival type of food yesterday? What did we eat yesterday?
Kettle corn. Got on the kettle corn.
Not a big kettle corn guy.
Really? You strike me as you don't like popcorn.
I love popcorn.
You do like popcorn?
I love popcorn. And shout out to a couple listeners a few years ago that taught me the butter trick at the movie theater. Because I was complaining about how when you get kind of like halfway through your bag.
Well, you got to tell them to fill it up halfway, get me right, then fill it up. Yeah.
Here's what a listener told me. A couple listeners actually hit me up on Twitter and said, what you got to do is you put a straw in your bag of popcorn and funnel the butter through all the way to the bottom. And that was a game-changing thing that I learned. And I'm so thankful that they hit me up about that.
It's definitely big back behavior, but it's okay.
Sometimes you got to take it there.
My boys put me on the big back behavior when I'm eating crazy. Oh, you being a big back.
So, it's okay, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to get it in.
That's big back behavior, but I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yeah, man. You got to have those cheat days. You absolutely got to have those cheat days. My 4th of July, unfortunately, was wiped out by Mother Nature because, I got up early yesterday, went to the gym.
Yeah.
Got a fresh cut for the weekend.
Yes, sir.
And then, starting to make plans with the homies. And
you had the all-white forces ready for them?
I did not have the all-white, but I had the fit laid out. I had a gray and white polo. So I did have some white going on yesterday. And then Mother Nature decided to come through right around 1:30, 2 o'clock. And everybody was just like, you know what? We're just going to keep it on ice today. Keep it on ice. So I just ended up kicking it. Watched a lot of the show Las Vegas. That show has always been on E, like on a loop. It's a kind of drama comedy series where it's like a security team and they obviously they're in charge of this big casino. And it's cool because you get a lot of, pop-ups from actors and athletes, and this was like the early 2000s. So I started that series, but that was really it, man. That was really it. And I gotta blame Mother Nature for 4th of July being kind of
blame me because I should have invited you.
No, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay. I guess my invitation to the Michael Rubin 4th of July party got lost in the mail. Because
that's where I want to be.
That did not pop up. That did not pop up. Oh my goodness.
With CJ and TB.
Oh, Tom Brady was out there.
Quavo
and OBJ. And DeMar Hamlin. Like, it's absolutely crazy, that party. I haven't seen the drone footage yet that we got last year because it was literally, it's a who's who with this thing. And we were talking about it the other day, like Michael Rubin, the amount of money he spends on the invitations alone. And it's absolutely insane when you talk about thousands and thousands of dollars, like $35,000 for each invitation.
That's insane.
Alone. But you're Michael Rubin. You're worth over $10 billion. You know what I'm saying? That's chump change to you. But I did see some of the pictures. I just don't know collectively who all was in the building. But, yeah, my invitation must have got lost.
Just what level do you got to be at? Is it millionaire level? Is it status? Is it a follower count?
I think it's probably a combination of all the things you mentioned because
gotta have that juice.
You have to have some type of juice, some type of pull because obviously like Tom Brady, he's checking all of those boxes. But then you talk about like a comedian. Is it okay Drewski's a comedian?
Yeah,
he's a comedian.
Funniest dude on the internet.
Yeah, for like, for the millennial crowd, he's a big name, right?
Yeah.
Social media guy all over the place. I don't know what his finances are like at this point. I'm sure they're good. They're really good. But he's going into a room where we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars for some of these people. So I think status, money, all of that. Yeah, the all-white party, though. We were debating the other day, Depot, what do you serve at the all-white party, like food-wise?
Food-wise?
That's a dangerous game to play. Like, you know what I'm saying? We were debating, do you go meatballs on the stick? Do you go play it safe with just plain charcuterie and those type of things? It's a dicey. I would love to know that what they're cooking up over there. But yeah, other than that, I just kicked it for a day. And sometimes I like to say, doing nothing is doing something.
Yeah, definitely. I'm all clear liquors, vodka, tequila.
Okay.
We're going with champagnes, Chardonnays.
Okay.
That's
the little bubbly.
Yes, little Moscow mules action, some mint. It's the summertime. I'm going with that on the menu, drink wise, and then food wise, I'm gonna go seafood hand.
Okay.
A light dab of the napkin. You don't really have to worry about the splash with the red marinara.
Yeah,
absolutely. But then also you gotta take this into effect. When I'm here, and I took that first pick, the fit,
it's out there.
It's gone.
It's gone.
This fit would never. So I'm going hard. I'm walking on the sand with my long. If I got pants, I'm walking on the back of them. This fit is done.
It's done. Never wearing it again.
Never wearing it again.
Because if I need to buy this exact fit again, guess what? I can do it. And then so 10 times over.
Because I'm on Michael Rubin's list.
Exactly. Because I'm on Michael Rubin's list. So that was going on yesterday. That was pretty cool to see. You mentioned the video, Tom Brady and CJ Stroud, those guys playing football on the beach. And speaking of football, we won't be waiting too much longer We will not be waiting too much longer. Buckeyes play August 31st, and then just a few days after that, you're going to wrap around into that next week, and Thursday is Ravens and Chiefs kicking off the season. So, like, it's just crazy how time is starting to go and go and go. I always say on the show, you know, when Big Brother starts, that's when football is right around the corner for me. Big Brother starts on July 17th. You think you'd be good on Big Brother?
I don't even really understand the premise of Big Brother. I've never watched it. I was like a Real World.
Okay. I feel like you'd be good on the challenge.
Survivor. Yeah, like the Real World Challenge, when they do stuff like that.
I don't know if I'm built for Survivor, Depot.
Naked and Afraid.
I definitely can't do Naked and Afraid, but I don't think I'd be built for living out in, you know, like a forest or, you know, wherever they do these things. Like because, you know, I don't know how to start a fire. Like I don't know how to start a fire.
Well, you get to bring one thing.
Oh,
and for me, I'm bringing a lighter or a knife. Well, I decided like a lighter or a knife, or a lighter that has a knife on it.
Oh, just double that. just get the best of both worlds. Oh no, so Survivor would be the one for you. I think. See, here's where I would go wrong on the challenge because I would enjoy like the physical aspect of what they do. And the politicking that you have to do with your alliances and all that, I would enjoy that. But as soon as we come down to a food competition, I'm out of there.
You're done.
I'm on the first thing smoking because I can't eat some of the stuff that they put in front of those people. There's no way mentally I would be able to get over the hurdle of eating, I don't know, a cow's eyeball or something like that. Like
that fear factor.
I'd be like, TJ, I'm out, man. I'm going back to Columbus. Matty is on his way back to Columbus. So I'm glad you had a good fourth weekend. Bodie, he's glowing. He's got that championship glow right now. The Boston Celtics t-shirt is on. Bodie, how you been feeling, man, the last couple weeks?
Been feeling pretty great. I think the Irish are going to be pretty good this year, so everything's coming up there. Then I saw Dax walking around in a walking boot, which did not make me feel good. But you know what? We're not worried about that right now.
We're going to get to Dak at 1 o'clock, but Bodie is living the life right now. And he's already talked about, you know, Coach Freeman and Riley Leonard.
He's talking about a Final Four appearance.
My goodness. I like it, Bodie. Talk your talk. Big man, we're going to talk some college football when we come back because how do the Buckeye quarterbacks stack up amongst some of the top quarterbacks around college football when it comes to next year's NFL draft? One publication, they think they know. We'll share with you their thoughts and react after this. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
If your idea of the perfect radio show is all Buckeyes all the time, then it's your lucky day, Slappy, the Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan.
Did your mobile provider just increase their prices again? Switch to Spectrum Mobile, the nation's fastest growing mobile provider. With Spectrum Mobile, you get unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Switching to Spectrum Mobile has never been easier. We'll pay off your phone balance up to $2,500. Stop dealing with price hikes from your cell phone company. Get Spectrum Mobile. Visit spectrum.com/itpays-to-switch for full details. Offer subject to change. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Now at White Castle, you can get 12 chicken rings for just $3.99. Tender on the inside, crispy on the outside. Choose from classic, Hidden Valley Ranch, or new smoky barbecue. White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only at participating castles. Tax not included.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew. Federally insured by NCUA.
America's favorite car show returns to Ohio for the biggest hot rodding event of the year. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing Nationals, and it's all taking place July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Check out thousands of chrome and candied hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Shop the huge swap meet and vendor midway and see which rides take home the crown of the Good Guys 2024 Classic Instrument Street Rod and PPG Street Machine of the Year. It's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center, and you don't want to miss it. Get complete details at good-guys.com.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are looking pretty good out there right now. We have a few clouds lingering. More sunshine on the way after a few isolated showers develop by lunchtime. Those move out. We have that sun and temperatures climb. We're back to the upper 80s for your highs later today. Columbus topping out at 88, feeling more like 90. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your Doppler 10 forecast on The Fan.
Bet365 is the exclusive online sportsbook of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Like Yoda, Rothman will limp onto the golf course, talk about how stiff his back is, wonder how he can even make it through a hole, and then proceed to kick your ass. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
My guy's probably doing that right now, Little Turtle. You know AR.
He's out there getting one in.
I wouldn't be surprised. Nice little day off for him at CB. But yeah,
shoot 80 AR.
You know AR. He's about that action, boss, on that golf course. He's about that action.
He in the fairway with it.
He can go, man.
Nice.
He can go. He can absolutely go. Let me tell you about a cool event coming up, and it is the Schmitz Cardale Jones Celebrity Softball Game. It's on its way, and why picnic when you can Schmitnick? And it is presented by Monogram Homes, Saturday, July 20th at 6:30 p.m. over at Huntington Park. Current Ohio State football players versus former Ohio State football players. Some of the former players, Cardale Jones, he's the captain of that ship. Tyvis Powell, the man to my left, DeVier Posey, James Laurinaitis, Boom Heron. Those are some of the former players. The current players, that captain is going to be Meke Buka, Jack Sawyer from my high school in Pick North. His running mate on the D-line, JT, Devin Brown, Will Howard, Lincoln Keyholes. The list goes on and on. Tickets, they're only $10, and they are available today at BuckeyeCruise.com. Again, tickets are $10, and you can grab those at BuckeyeCruise.com. Depot, can you promise your boy one dinger?
Do you need me to hit a home run?
Just promise your boy one dinger.
Dang, man. You know the thing about that, like the batting order, like I had one bat with the pitch, like just the slow pitch. And then my next one was with the softball player.
Like a legit bringing the heat.
So if it rolls around to where I get two opportunities with the slow pitch, I think I can get you one.
I got you. I absolutely believe you can get it done. I know you've been in the lab getting it in, so listen.
Yeah. Do I need to hit the batting cages?
I'd probably try to knock off some rust.
I got to get rid of that golf swing.
Just a little bit. It actually might play in your favor when it comes to elevating the ball just a little bit.
Yeah.
So a little trajectory from your golf swing, I don't think it's going to hurt in the softball world. So maybe, slide on over to the cage maybe a few days before.
Yeah.
Just crack a few and see what you got. That way you won't, because I know you don't want to embarrass yourself.
No,
and swing and miss. We can't have any of that.
No.
You can't have any case.
If you strike out with slow pitch, I look at you different. That's all I'm going to say. I'm judging you.
It's gonna be. I think that's fair. A lot of NFL draft analysts and scouts around the world are going to be all over these quarterbacks going into next year, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens here at Ohio State when we get camp rolling in a little bit. Where are the guys at mentally right now, Depot? Where were you at right now in early portion of July as a player, just getting ready to gear up? What is that like for you guys?
Well, for me, it was certain routes that we might have not connected on great the year before that we were tidying up right now. Obviously, there were things in springs that needs to be tidied up, but you just tidy it up with reps, getting your body ready, not trying to go somewhere and pull a muscle before camp, right? But you still got to stay in shape. And conditioning was a big thing for me. I wanted to be able to run and pass a conditioning test. So I'm running right now during this time and tidying up few little skill sets. But you're so anxious. Oh, you're anxious at this time because all you can think about is listen, man, I'm cool on the parties. I'm cool on the trips. It's time to
lock in.
It's time to go into this tunnel of where, I come out on the other side in January. You know what I mean? Like a mental,
I love it, man.
Just a focus.
Yeah. I completely understand what you're saying.
For that.
And it's probably, correct me if I'm wrong, ramped up maybe a little bit more for this year's team with the expectations, right? Because they know, they're hearing it. I don't know if you heard the clip from Will Howard. He was down at the Manning Passing Academy. And he said it's natty or bust for us.
Yeah.
They're not even shying away from it. So that's good insight from you right there for us that, never will know or never knew what it's like to be in this headspace, about a month and a half out before the season starts. So we had Bleacher Report. They stacked out one of their NFL draft analysts just looking at some of the top quarterbacks around the league. And I'll hit you with their top five. And you tell me if you agree or disagree with anything. At number 1, they got Shedeur Sanders. At number 2, it's Carson Beck. At number 3, it's Bodie's guy, Riley Leonard. And then at number 4, it's Cam Ward for the Miami Hurricanes. And then rounding out the top 5 is Connor Wegman for Texas A&M. Anything you're on board with? Does anybody need to be flipped in your opinion in that top 5?
Well, a healthy Cam Rising, he should, somewhat get some of the same respect Bo Nix got a little bit, being an older guy. I'm happy there's no Dylan Gabriel in there.
You don't see the vision.
No, I don't.
Is it coming from the Big 12 quarterback vibe where we've seen some trickery with our eyes based off of quarterbacks playing in that conference, and we know the defense has been relatively light?
Yeah, I think I am surprised that I have Leonard and not Quinn Ewers in my top 5, and then also I would go with Milroe instead of Ward. Just me.
Okay. I know you like Cam Ward too, but Jalen Milroe, I think
pro potential. If you really he gives me Anthony Richards potential.
Okay.
With body size, arm throwing ability. I mean, I'm just thinking about that, pass at the end of the game where he was just flat footed and just darted one to the back corner. It's crazy.
Yeah, his tools are there.
Yes.
And I like, too, Depot, pairing him with Kalen DeBoer.
Absolutely.
As a play caller.
Absolutely.
And just what we saw, that high-flying offense in Washington with Michael Penix and company. Yeah. So I'm definitely here for that. Let's hear from Matt Miller. He's an ESPN NFL draft analyst. Here he is on the debate between Carson Beck and Shedeur Sanders.
What gives Carson Beck the edge over Shedeur Sanders?
Yeah, Giants fans, you should actually be excited about this one. Carson Beck's best quality is that big, right arm that allows him to make throws to every level of the field. He's a super fast processor in the pocket. No, he's not going to be the most mobile quarterback. That's not part of his game, but his ability to see the entire field, to execute high-level throws, and it's the potential. Remember, last year, his first year as a starter, replacing Stetson Bennett IV, the Georgia offense was actually better in 2023 than it was in previous years, despite the fact that they didn't get back to that national championship title. So I think Beck is that player who is the top quarterback in this class because of how well he protects himself in the pocket and what he does with that big right arm. Whereas Shedeur Sanders, very surgical as a passer, but he gets rocked in the pocket at times, can get a little bit beat up. That's going to be a big question for a quarterback who's 6'2", 215 pounds.
So what he said there right before he talked about maybe some of the pocket presence stuff is why I'm all in on Shedeur, what he can be if they can keep him up, is the dots that he can throw. Yep. Surgical as a passer. And Depot, you know better than I do, that plays at any level. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter what your athletic ability is, if you got time and you have the touch and the accuracy to get it done, that's always going to work, right? For a wide receiver, I'm sure that's a dream, right? To be able to put the ball wherever you want to. So that's going to be a huge thing for Colorado, and specifically Shedeur this year, is what are the 5 dudes up front and maybe some tight ends around those offensive linemen, do to keep him upright, because the potential is definitely there, I think, for Shedeur to be QB1 this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Those all-white Colorado jerseys, that number 2 jersey has to be clean for him to have the type of year that he needs to have. But the thing with Shedeur that does worry me is his ability to just be like a great leader, right? Like a selfless leader. Like, and I know he compares himself with Brady, but like Tom Brady has an ability to make people better. Like make those around you at Colorado better. Like quarterbacks who come into the league and they have a great season to where their team might have performed better than they would have because they're a part of that team. And I wonder if he's that type of leader.
That's fair.
Can you make those around you better?
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. And then going back to the list ranked by Bleacher Report, you had Will Howard pop up in the, quote, other names to watch category. So not in the top 5, but room to grow. They talk about his experience. They question a little bit of the accuracy stuff and how fine-tuned that's going to be. And another Big Ten quarterback pops up in that same category, and that's Drew Aller for Penn State. Has the traits, but way too inconsistent last year. So going to be a fun year around college football, as it always is, especially now with the expanded playoff and Ohio State seemingly right there at the top for a lot of people, between them and Georgia as one of the best teams in the country, if not the best team in the country in the all season. When we come back, Trevor Matich, ESPN college football analyst, he joins the program to hit us with some of his thoughts about the upcoming season. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let's talk about your sleep, specifically if you're not getting enough of it. If you're feeling groggy all day because you didn't sleep well, that is an awful feeling. I've been there. And if you're snoring when you sleep, well, that could be a big reason why you aren't feeling rested. This fact surprised even me the first time I heard it, and that is, as you age, your risk of having obstructive sleep apnea nearly doubles. That's right. You need to find out if your snoring is related to sleep apnea, because if it is, there's actually help available for you right now. Dr. Mark Levy is board certified in the treatment of sleep apnea, and he offers a custom-fitted oral appliance that effectively treats sleep apnea. I have been telling you about this for years. And maybe you've been snoring for years. Now's the time to get this fixed. Plus, most Medicare patients have little to no out-of-pocket costs for this treatment. So you need to stop putting it off. Don't ignore your snore. Get your sleep apnea treated by calling Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Get the life back you deserve. Call Dr. Mark Levy today, 1-800-MORE-SLEEP, or visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Spectrum delivers with fast and reliable internet. And with Spectrum One, you get even more. Spectrum Internet, so you can work, game, and stream with speeds up to a gig. Plus advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and one Spectrum Mobile unlimited line, both free for 12 months. Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and mobile. Get it all together with Spectrum One, starting at just $49.99 a month. Visit Spectrum.com for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Restrictions apply.
Want to see some football players try to play softball? Join us for Schmidt's Cardale Jones charity softball game.
Why picnic when you can schmicknick? And presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. The Fan.
It's the symphonic rock experience everyone's talking about. The Columbus Symphony Orchestra performs Windborne's The Music of Led Zeppelin, featuring conductor Brent Havens, a full rock band, and vocalist Randy Jackson. The hits of Led Zeppelin performed as you've never heard them before. Saturday, July 6th, the Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com. Full details at windbornemusic.com. Presented by Nationwide Picnic with the Pops.
Scotty Vegas here for Maxima Concrete. From a basic driveway replacement to a complex in-ground pool, patio, or outdoor kitchen installation, Maxima can do it all. Pavers, natural stone, seating walls, even lighting and landscaping. Everything is in-house with Maxima, so buy from the guys that will actually perform the work. Mention 971 The Fan for $250 off your next project. Get a free estimate today by visiting MaximaConcrete.com.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Listen, learn, lay the points. This is Rothman and Ice.
That it is. Welcome back in. Matty Ice got the former Buckeye wide receiver DeVier Posey in the house today. Going to use the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline right now to bring on one of our favorites, ESPN college football analyst Trevor Matich. Trevor, how you been, man? How's the off-season been treating you?
Matty, I've been good. The off-season has been busy and adventurous and not at all boring. And I'm excited for the college football season to get rolling now.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, man. We get to August 31st for us here in Columbus, and the Buckeyes will be on their way to hopefully a very successful season. Trevor, when you look at this team that Coach Day and his staff have put together on paper right now, and that's all it is. It's on paper. It looks good to a lot of people, but what jumps out to you? What are maybe going to be some of the big strengths you foresee coming towards Ohio State on Saturday?
Well, I love this defense. I love what they did last year. 2 years ago, Ohio State's defense was one of the worst in the nation at giving up big plays because they were so incredibly aggressive at the line of scrimmage. I mean, if there was any kind of mistake or missed tackle or anything behind the line, there was nobody left to clean up the mess. And so there were 40-yard gashes over and over and over again. Last year, they changed the emphasis. They were still aggressive, but they were aggressive in different ways. And the first priority was not to attack at the line of scrimmage. The first priority was to limit those big plays. And they went from one of the worst teams in the nation at giving up the big play to one of the best last year at giving up the fewest big plays. And they cut their points per game allowed in half. And I think this year, in the second year going into that style of play with all the terrific talent they have on defense, to me, that's where it all starts. It starts on that defense, and that will take a whole lot of pressure off of the offense, assuming it's Will Howard starting at quarterback. pulling in everything on offense and all that talent. If the pressure's not on those guys to have to score a ton of points like it was a couple of years ago, I think it'll make a huge difference in the development of the new look quarterback situation. And I think the defense of Ohio State, for all the offensive fireworks and flash that you've had with guys like CJ Stroud and Marvin Harrison Jr. and so many others, and there'll be other guys with flash and talent on that offense, I think this is going to be a defense-led team.
Absolutely, Trevor Matich, DeVier Posey here. I'm so excited for this college football expanded playoffs, the new alignment of conferences, obviously Oklahoma and Texas and Oregon and Washington, USC, UCLA just joining the Big Ten, and those teams that I said before that joined the SEC. What are you most excited about the most exciting college football season to date, this new format? What are you looking forward to?
DeVier, I'm excited about, to start with the matchups.
Yeah.
I mean, even in week one, I mean, USC and LSU, and then as we go on into the season, Ohio State going to Oregon, USC going to Michigan. I mean, there's some, Georgia going to Oklahoma. There are just some matchups that before only occurred in the video games, at least, with any regularity. And all of a sudden now, there will be a lot of newness from a standpoint of great traditional powers that'll be facing each other for the first time, or for the first time in memory, certainly. And I'm looking forward to that. But I'm also looking forward to the unintended consequences. There's so many good things and so many potential weird things and uncomfortable things about the 12-team playoff. They may expand that as time goes on. And where's it going to be good? Where's it going to be bad? To me, the best thing about it is that it seems like they have respected conference championships through this process, because the top four conference champions are going to get a bye, right, in the playoff. And, as long as I'm correct in the way I'm thinking about that, that's critical, because otherwise you would have the Big Ten championship game, the SEC championship game, that used to be monumental, that would then sort of fade into regional interest only because of the 12-team playoff. But now with the conference champion, having a home game, having bye, having these considerations given to them, those conference championship races are still absolutely massive. Now, stepping back from that, the conversation in the 14 playoff, as the season has gone on from October, and then kind of getting closer to November, it's the teams that were in position to make the playoffs. So basically you're talking about the top 6 or 8 teams that got the national conversation, and everybody else was just mildly interesting. And so, conference championship races, if your best teams lost a game or two early in the season, became regional interest, but nationally they were largely irrelevant. Well, now you could lose a couple of games early. You could have a new quarterback or a new head coach or a new offensive coordinator and stumble early and still be in the race for the playoff at the end of the season. And that involves every fan base in every region of the country with great interest in the national picture all the way to the end. And to me, not knowing what the unintended consequences are going to be in this, that to me, along with the conference championship value, is the best thing, because you don't have Big 12 fans and Pac-12 fans and at times ACC fans just, not being talked about. Their programs not being talked about because they lost a couple games early and therefore they're irrelevant. They are still relevant now.
Absolutely. That is one of the best parts, the inclusion of the other regional teams. It's not just the Ohio States and the one Pac-12 team and obviously Alabamas and Georgias of the world and the Notre Dames and Clemsons. We get to be excited for all of the regions in college football to participate in its top 12 teams. So I'm gonna ask you to look into your crystal ball here, Trevor, and I want to know who you believe this year could be this year's version of Washington, to where we're speaking about them at this time of the year, but they have a potential to make a run to the Final 8, Final 4, possibly even a national champion.
There's a couple of teams, actually there's more than a couple of teams that are out there, and some of them have been getting some love. You look at Georgia and Ohio State and Oregon, Texas, these are the teams that most are talking about. You know, Utah has been getting some good conversation. And because they're in the Big 12, and the Big 12 is going to be really competitive, that will be one of the most fun conference races in all of college football this year, because there's as many as maybe 9 teams that could win that conference. But because their quarterback Cam Rising is back from injury, their great tight end Brant Keithy back from injury, they've added Dorian Singer at wide receiver, transfer from USC. They've got more dynamic playmakers at that wide receiver position. When you add that to what Utah is traditionally, which is an SEC-style, inside-out, line of scrimmage team with just a massive, disruptive beast of a defensive line group, and then a massive, angry, violent offensive line group, and then everything else built around it like that, it puts them in position to be able to get there. And so if they're able to navigate that tricky Big 12 schedule, Utah, I think, is in a position not just to make the playoff, but to make noise there. Keep in mind that Cam Rising, when he's healthy, is one of the most dynamic playmaking quarterbacks in college football. Not because he's the fastest or has the best arm or anything else, but because he's the most like a defensive tackle. You know, he's the most like an offensive lineman. He's got this attitude that he's not a quarterback. He's like this. He's like an MMA fighter with a really good arm bolted on. And the whole team responds to that. And he makes plays because he will not quit. He will not allow a play not to be made. You know, it's amazing to watch this guy work. And he missed all of last year with a knee injury, but by all accounts now he's back and was a full participant in spring ball. And if he can stay healthy, Utah is built in a way that not only can get there and maybe sneak in at 11 or 12 or wherever they might be, but rather get into the 12-team playoff and be a threat to the Blue Bloods. Mm-hmm. Utah's one of those teams to watch.
Yeah, no doubt. Trevor, quickly before we let you go, where's your expectation level now with the Clemson football program?
It's high. You know, it's high. I think their defense lost a lot of guys from last year, but they'll still be one of the best in the country. Cade Klubnik at quarterback, you know, keep in mind last year was his first year as a starter, and, you know, he didn't have a whole lot around him in terms of offensive line and wide receiver. He's got now, in terms of combination, running back and offensive line, he's got a potentially very good running game, and he's got some good young talent at wide receiver. And I think with that defense, that combination, I think they're going to be right back into the ACC race. And the thing of it is, if you asked me to pick an ACC champion right now, I would have to pick Clemson.
Okay. Going to be an interesting one. I cannot wait until we get it going on Saturday. Trevor, I'm sure we'll hit you up right before the season kicks off, but we definitely appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
There he goes. ESPN college football analyst Trevor Matich was on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. We do it every Friday to round out the noon hour. We're going to do it next. Bodie takes over because it's overs and unders time. It's Rothman and Ice right here on the Fan.
Here's a listener tweet. Can I tase Common Man in the nuts? Fine by us, but he may like it. Common Man and T-Bone.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan.
America's favorite car show returns to Columbus with a jam-packed weekend of cool cars, cool people, and good times. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing National, and it's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Cruise on out with your family and friends and check out over 6,000 of the country's coolest classics on display. And don't miss Good Guys CPP Autocross Racing action, Nitro Thunderfest, a huge swap meet and vendor midway, live music, family fun, and so much more. It's Ohio's biggest hot rod and party of the summer, and it's all going down July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Get details at good-guys.com.
Picture this, the perfect summer barbecue. No stress, no responsibilities, just all your friends, burgers sizzling, hot dogs cooking, Pepsi Zero Sugar fizzing, and a backyard of very, very happy people. Oh yeah, we could get used to this. Very, very used to this. Pepsi, the official beverage of Grills Night Out. Summer grilling just got better with new Pepsi Lime and Pepsi Peach. Available for a limited time.
Hey, what's up, Buckeye Nation? It's Cardale Jones. Join me Saturday, July 20th at Huntington Park for the Smiths Cardale Jones Charity Softball Game presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. Come check out former Buckeye greats take on this year's current Buckeye stars such as Emeka Ibuka, Jaden Ballard, and many more. Come see and meet the Buckeyes before they hit the field this fall. Gates open at 5 p.m. Contests and prizes all night long. Home run derby at 6:30 and the game to follow. Tickets available at BuckeyeCruise.com. Why pick Nick when you can smick Nick? Get your $10 tickets now at BuckeyeCruise.com.
Attention, boating enthusiasts. Bennington factory demonstration models are at Buckeye Lake Marina. These exclusive demo units are loaded with the features built to dazzle at shows and exhibits. And guess what? They're all brand new with a full warranty. Some have never even touched the water. Hold on to your mooring ropes because we're offering dock shaking discounts up to $40,000 only at Buckeye Lake Marina. These deals are hotter than the summer sun and won't last long. Visit Buckeye Lake Marina and make your dream boat a reality today. BuckeyeLakeMarina.com, where your adventure begins.
If you're obsessed with fantasy sports and gambling things, we have the slightly above average radio show for you. On the Money with Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Sunday morning at 9 on The Fan.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Did your mobile provider just increase their prices again? Switch to Spectrum Mobile, the nation's fastest growing mobile provider. With Spectrum Mobile, you get unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Switching to Spectrum Mobile has never been easier. We'll pay off your phone balance up to $2,500. Stop dealing with price hikes from your cell phone company. Get Spectrum Mobile. Visit spectrum.com/itpays-to-switch for full details. Offer subject to change. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Want to know anything about the Fans contests, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Overs and Unders.
All right, welcome back in. It's Friday, a freaky Friday. Let me correct myself. And the NBA champion himself, Bodie Wells, is on the board. So, Bodie, what we got today, my man?
I'll tell you guys this much. If you set an over-under on the number of times I watched that Peyton Pritchard half-court shot, it'd have to be like 1 million. And I'd probably still take the over.
How many championship tees do we have? Because I think that's the second one I've seen you in.
I think 4 and a hoodie.
That's how you
still got a couple on the way. I keep getting the emails like, hey, they got it. It's back order.
Not too, man. Because you never know.
Okay. Yes.
You never know when this happens again.
Exactly, yeah.
You guys might go back to back, though.
I would take that. That'd be pretty cool.
The way the roster's looking. Go ahead, man.
All right, guys. Last week, AR, he's not here today, of course, but he went 4-2. Matty Ice, 5-1. So trying to follow it up. Another strong week here.
I'll take it.
We'll start with baseball.
It was a couple rough weeks before that, though. Couple 1-5s in there.
Or what did you do for me lately,
there we
society?
Go. There we go.
Take the 5-1. Baseball tonight, guys. Reds against the Tigers. Total hits for Cincinnati. Over under 8.5.
That's a lot of hits, Depot. We were cooking in the boogie down Bronx.
I know.
Brought out the brooms on the Juan Soto and the Yankees. Over 8.5 knocks for my Red Legs. Whew. I'm going to go with the under on this. Give me the under. I love the way we're hitting home runs all over the place, but I don't know if that's going to continue as a team. So, yeah, give me the under for the Reds on total hits tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the under just because, you coming off the road win, you're back home, you're back in your own bed. Obviously, De La Cruz was excited. Like, just playing in the Boogie Down Bronx just gives you...
He's too excited for me.
You know what I mean?
As a Reds fan.
So you got to have the dopamine fall off. And I think going back home, being in your bed, kind of it's going to slow you down a bit.
It's sad because, I was talking to Ryan Baker about it. It's just like, as a Reds fan, we know it's coming.
Yeah.
That he's going to leave us for a big city.
Eventually. He jinxed it.
So when you said that you could see the excitement of him playing in New York, you're so right. And also, he broke my heart because he said at a press conference how much he loves to play in L.A. So it's just we're just, just waiting for the breakup at this point. It's tough. It's tough.
All right, guys, next up here, the Guards host the Giants tonight, the first of 3 in Cleveland. Tanner Bybee strikeouts tonight against San Francisco, over under 6.5.
I'm going with the over.
He's good, man. He's been so good. Recently, this Guardians team been doing their thing in the AL Central. We'll talk to him a lot about them with our guy JLew at 2:33. I'm going to go with the over as well. His stuff is electric. He throws really hard. He got good all-speed stuff as well. So, yeah, give me the over for Bybee.
All right, one more in baseball here. Aaron Nola's on the hill tonight for the Phillies against the Braves. Strikeouts for him tonight against Atlanta, over-under, also 6.5.
That Braves lineup isn't as spooky as it used to be just because of the injuries. Ronald Acuna, the reigning MVP, he's out. Michael Harris, he's out. You still got, Austin Riley and Matt Olson and those guys, but the Phillies are the best team in baseball, and Nola's a big part of that as well. So I'm going to go with the over. Give me the over for him. Yeah.
I'm going to go with you. Because I don't know much about the Phillies.
They're good.
They're very good.
I'm going to go with you.
They're legit. They're legit, Depot.
All right, guys, soccer tomorrow night. The Crew, they're kind of, they've been on a heater here. They're 7-1 in their last MLS matches. They host Toronto tomorrow night. Over-under, total goals in that game between the two teams, 2.5.
I'm going with the over, for sure.
Listen, you'll like this, too, because Toronto, they're fifth in the league in goals against. So they've been giving them up. Bodie just laid it out how well we've been playing. Crew right now are 8th in the league in goals scored.
Let's go.
I am going with the over as well. I got to get over to lower.com, man. It's a beautiful venue.
Man, I'm looking up tickets right now. It's so crazy you just said that.
The game's on Sunday, I believe, Bodie, correct? I think this game is on
tomorrow night.
Is it tomorrow night? Okay,
yeah,
it's tomorrow night. I'm waiting for somebody to get a concert popping off at lower.com. It's beautiful in there.
Yeah.
I think that it would be amazing to have the set in the middle of the field. They got the opening, the protection of if it rains and all that stuff. Like, I wonder if there's been discussions about that at a concert at lower.com, because I think it'd be a beautiful venue to get somebody shaking the room over there a little bit.
I'm with you on that. I would love to see an event in that space.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't even been inside yet.
It's beautiful, man. I'm telling you.
I want to check it out.
We did a March Madness event a year ago or 2 years ago now, I believe, and down in the Huntington Club.
Okay.
It's off the chain down there in the Huntington Club. I'm sure if you just call and say, hey, I'm DeVier Posey, I'm coming over, and they say, hey, we got a spot for you at the Huntington Club. You know what I'm saying?
It's worth a try.
Yeah, it's a beautiful stadium if you're just sitting in the stands in the normal seats, but if you can find your way down into the Huntington Club, I said it looks like Iron Man's basement down there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, man.
7:30 kickoff tomorrow night at the LDC for the Crew, Toronto there. Next up here, WNBA, Aja Wilson. Total points tonight against the LA Sparks. Over under 25.5.
She's a bucket depot.
No, absolute
And
bucket.
she's going to win the MVP.
Again.
But 2 out of the last 3 games were under 20 points for Aja. So maybe in a little bit of a funk here, a little bit of a slump. She's definitely going to rack up a double-double, but give me the under on points.
Yeah, I'm
in this one.
I think the last game I saw Kelsey Plum had like 34.
Ooh.
Aja was a little down. I'm calling for a bounce back game.
Okay.
Get back in the stride, get back in MVP mode. I'm going with the over.
There you go.
All right, guys, last one here. Supposed to be pretty nice this weekend. Sunny, about mid-80s. Let's go highest temperature Saturday or Sunday here in Columbus. Over under 85.5.
Picking up the sticks this weekend?
This weekend?
Yeah.
Nah, I told myself I'm taking a week off.
Okay.
I'm on a bye week.
Oh, okay.
Personal golf bye week. So I'm gonna go with Over for sure. I know my truck will say 90, even if it's 80. So that's what I'm basing it off of. Bodie.
Scorching out there.
Yeah.
When I looked at my little app, the weather app on my iPhone, Saturday looks like it could be the day because it's not supposed to be cloudy. Just pure sunshine on Saturday. So I'm going to go with the over for this one as well. Those are your overs and unders for this week. I heard I heard Tyvis and Tim yelling about how hot it's going to be in California. I think in Death Valley, California, where it's going to be like the 120s or 130s.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick stuff right there.
That is.
That's just like you can't do any like
it's crazy.
Anything outside needs to be canceled.
Crazy. But sometimes though, like that extreme heat, I like it.
Really?
I like if you ask me, extreme heat or extreme cold,
I'm going with the heat.
Every time.
I'm worthless in the freezing cold. Listen, if people invite me to go to a football game, it's got to be at least 45 degrees.
Like you don't even have personality in the cold.
It's nothing you can do.
You just like, man, I'm trying to stay alive. When it's hot, at least you can complain. Like, man, it's hot. Ooh, all that water cool me down. I can still kind of do a little bit. You know,
a little ice towel over your head or around your neck or something like that. You're right, because if you go to a football game and it's, like the real feel or whatever is like -10, or even if it's like 15 degrees outside, all you're thinking about is I'm ready to go home.
But when it's hot, you like a beer. Maybe I just get kind of drunk. Maybe I'll cool down, get an ice. It's just like there's a lot of other things you do. I'll take extreme hot over extreme cold.
Question, because the extreme cold, the flip side of that is like you get your hot chocolate and it's freezing outside. It's no longer hot chocolate.
No.
It's cold chocolate.
It's chocolate milk.
Which is not. Well, chocolate milk's pretty. Chocolate milk, you pour that in Cocoa Puffs. It's a sneaky little treat right there. Go crazy with the chocolate. Cocoa Puffs and chocolate milk.
That's different.
Nice little party right there. Coming up next, a starting quarterback for one of the best teams in the NFL has been spotted in a walking boot recently. We'll tell you who and how concerned that team should be after the break. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
The Fan.
The Ohio Egg Fest is back for its 10th year, presented by Specialty Gas House and Buckeye Cruise for Cancer. Join us for this big green egg grilling competition at Fortress Obetz on Saturday, July 27th. Enjoy all-you-can-eat food from 36 cook teams, live music from North to Nashville, cooking demos, giveaways, and more. Don't miss out on discounted big green egg grill packages with over $600 off retail and a lifetime warranty. Pre-order online at theohioeggfest.com today. Before they sell out, all proceeds benefit cancer research at the James. Get your discounted big green egg grills and your taster tickets now at theohioeggfest.com.
When an orthopedic injury or condition gets in the way of life, there is nothing more important than finding a physician you can trust. At Orthopedic One, you'll find Central Ohio's most trusted team of orthopedic experts, ready to listen to your concerns and work with you toward the best possible outcome. In fact, more people trust Orthopedic One than any other practice in Central Ohio. Start with the specialists. Start with orthopedic1.com.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality security officers and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit EventRiskInc.com.
Are you tired of looking at your old grimy and mildewy bathtub, looking to replace it with a beautiful walk-in shower, but cash is tight? For as little as $89 a month, no payments for 12 months for consumers who qualify, Remodeling Loans can put you into a beautiful new walk-in shower in as little as 1 day. You can rest easy knowing that Remodeling Loans, a network of certified contractors screened and handpicked by us, offers premier products, top-rated service, and value, increasing the beauty, safety, and value of your home. A new walk-in shower will also provide you with a germ-free, slip-resistant, safe, and beautiful new bathroom. Call 800-921-1403 and take advantage of our holiday special of free installation. Our agents are standing by, ready to schedule your appointment with our design team at no cost and no obligation to you. All callers will receive a free upgrade of premium colors just for calling today. A beautiful new walk-in shower is now within reach. Call 800-921-1403. That's 800-921-1403.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. The 4th of July was good to the Reds and Guardians yesterday. Cincinnati completed the sweep of the Yankees. The Reds start a 10-game homestand tonight against the Tigers at 7:10. Carson Spires gets the start for Cincy opposite Reese Olson. The Guardians won their series against the White Sox and have the best record in the American League at 54-31. They welcome the San Francisco Giants to Progressive Field at 7:10 tonight. Tanner Bybee heads to the mound for Cleveland. The Columbus Clippers continue their series with the Toledo Mud Hens at Huntington Park at 7:05. Fireworks after the game tonight. The number one wide receiver in the 2025 recruiting class, DeCorian Moore, committed to Oregon yesterday. He chose the Ducks over the Buckeyes, Texas, and LSU. He's the number 3 overall prospect in the class, according to ESPN. Breaking sports news as it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Anthony's tennis shorts were so tight, they had to pixelate his crotch. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
That you are. Welcome back in. Matty Ice got my guy, the former Buckeye wide receiver and Grey Cup MVP, DeVier Posey, in the house today for AR. Hope you guys had a nice Independence Day, holiday, whatever you did. Hope you enjoyed it. And we always appreciate your time. So thank you. Depot, earlier we talked about the Michael Rubin, his 4th of July party. So I got a little bit of an update for you who was actually there.
Oh, we got the roster list?
Got a little bit of the roster of some of the celebs that were in the house. We mentioned Tom Brady earlier. He was there. His boy Robert Kraft was in the building. So there's at least one billionaire that was there. Kim Kardashian, Drake, Travis Scott, Meek Mill, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Wiz Khalifa. So I'm sure he was munching on some food. If you know Wiz, he definitely had an appetite.
Yes,
he definitely had an appetite. So Jake Paul was there. So yeah, it was looked like another banger.
CJ Stroud was there.
CJ Stroud was there. It looks like Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla was there. So yeah, it's Donovan Mitchell from the Cavs, Tyrese Halliburton. Yeah, it's just crazy to me that you get all of these people with these crazy schedules in one venue at the same time. Like, I guess they probably know this is coming now every year, but...
Well, the celebrity draws the celebrities.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
So it's like, I want to be in that event if I'm a celebrity. I want to rub elbows, have those conversations. Mm-hmm. And it seems like they have a good time, man.
It looks incredible. Lil Wayne was there. Like, it's the event of the year for me. That gives me the most FOMO.
Of the year.
That gives me the most FOMO out of anything else. Like a sporting event, Super Bowl, NBA Finals, I'm not there. I'm still enjoying it. But when this happens, like I'm just jealous of the people that get to work there.
You know what I'm jealous of?
What's that?
Not being invited to Radio Row, like at Super Bowl. I get FOMO with that. Because I lived it through you this year.
We were in the building.
Yeah.
You texted me, right? That one of your boys, you saw me in the picture in the background of one of your boys. That one former teammate? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Well, Bryce Butler, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, he came to my wedding. Good dude. He played for the Cowboys for a while. Golf dude now. But nah, I get FOMO with radio. Well, here's why. Because I never went when I played. So I don't even know what goes on. Then I see the fan is there. I'm like, dang, man, I need to pull up. It's a good time.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's because, when you do what we do and you talk about all these athletes, and especially from the NFL, but it's not only those guys, it's just the random celebrities that you see at every turn, whether it's Flavor Flav or whether it's just anybody. It's a breakneck pace. Like, you're going to miss people. There's probably people that were there that I didn't even see because I'm doing segments and I'm locked in with AR. We're interviewing somebody and somebody's walking behind me. Yeah. But we were right behind us was the Sports Illustrated set.
Okay. Yeah.
So they got a lot of the big names. So they were right behind us. But it's just, like we were talking off the top, just kind of just zooming out and just really being appreciative of what's really happening around you.
Yeah.
Like for me to be able to sit down with Dan Marino.
It's crazy.
And talk ball with Dan Marino is absurd to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a folklorish name, a guy that I feel like I'd never be able to share space with Dan Marino. And here I am getting to talk to him for 10 minutes, man. So I never lose sight of that. And I'm super blessed, man, to be in this position. And I don't take it for granted at all. And that's why I appreciate our listeners so much, really, that rock out with us, because it's an awesome thing where we kind of collaborate together as fans and, you know, as hosts here to do this on a daily basis. But come on down to New Orleans, man. Come on down to New Orleans.
That's where Super Bowl is.
Yeah, man. We're going to New Orleans because they had on our way out the last day on Radio Row. Had a little setup of previewing the next Super Bowl, and they had like a little gumbo station and give you a little taste of what's coming. In New Orleans. So yeah, I cannot wait to get down to New Orleans. I've never been. Bourbon Street. I'm definitely getting active on Bourbon Street.
Got to get a hand grenade.
What's a hand grenade?
When you get there, get one.
Just ask for a hand grenade.
Get a hand grenade and a hurricane Category 5.
I've heard of the hurricane.
Get a Category 5.
I might have to do the hurricane
after the show.
Okay, I was going to say maybe the day we get there, because I'm probably going to need a little bit of Advil and Gatorade probably the morning after that.
So they come in, you know, Category 1. You got to get a Category 5.
Oh, so we're taking it there. We're taking
it's like Everclear, man.
So I think that I might need to do that on the last day.
Yeah.
On my way
you
out.
Don't miss your flight.
On my way out. But I'm definitely going to be on the hunt for the best shrimp po' boy that I can find.
Oh, absolutely. You got to get some oysters, D. Rockefeller. You got to get some etouffee, crawfish etouffee. You got to get some gumbo.
I'm all in, man. Because, you know, you're speaking to my heart with seafood. I'm a Baltimore guy. Born and raised in Baltimore, so that speaks to my heart right there. All that seafood stuff. So come on down to New Orleans, man.
Oh yeah, I'm at. Hey, you can't, man. That's where I did my 30th. I was born in '90, so 30th was March 15th, 2020. So we're down there, and my wife said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I want to go eat in New Orleans.
Yeah, just eat good.
I just get me reservations for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 3 straight days."
So you were down there before everything shut down.
So we left because it was just like, what's going on?
Kind of a gray area.
Yeah, and I watched Contagion, so I'm like, super like, wait, what? Like, they're going to shut the flights down. Like, we got to drive. Like, it's just, you didn't know what was going to happen. So my 30th got cut short. My food tour got cut short.
That was just, when we look back at that 20 years from now, when you and I are just OGs in the game, just like, what was happening?
What was that?
Yeah,
like,
it's just wild, man. It was absolutely wild.
But to me, it gave us our, real quick, it gave us our greatest NFL draft ever. The 2020 draft to me was pure comedy.
It was absolutely comedy. Because between the little situation with Vrabel and some of the stuff happening in his background, you had Jerry Jones with the ultimate flex. Bodie's guy, like, you know what? You guys are doing your little drafts from your living rooms.
I'm on the yacht.
I'm on the yacht.
Then you had Bill Belichick with the cat.
The dog.
It was the dog. Yeah, with the dog chilling. Then Roger Goodell falling asleep like, with the 38th pick. My bad, I was asleep, y'all. Like, it was just the best draft ever.
It was awesome. And then, like, Cliff Kingsbury showed off the Bachelor crib.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what you got to do. Because he was not a married guy. You know, just, you know what? That's where I'm at. In the desert. You know, anybody interested?
Light flex.
Yeah, life is good. You mentioned Jerry Jones. That's the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. An interesting guy. I love Jerry because he creates great content for what we do. Like, anytime he gets behind a microphone, it's entertainment with Jerry Jones. But some things that probably aren't very entertaining to him right now is a situation that just unfolded over the last day or two, and that's Dak Prescott has been seen rocking a walking boot. And so it's early on in the process. I want you to hear from Dan Graziano, ESPN NFL reporter, on maybe the concern down in Dallas, or maybe not concerned at all.
Dak Prescott broke his ankle in the 2020 season and had surgery to repair it. And look, I mean, I think once that happens to you, the thing is never 100% the same, right? So he has, as he mentions there, been dealing with, managing it off and on since then. And the sense I got yesterday calling around on this was that there was not a high level of concern, that this is the kind of thing that he does from time to time to either prevent the ankle from bothering him or to react when it does, and that they are not concerned. concerned. He did everything throughout the offseason. We're 3 weeks from training camp. If he shows up in training camp and he's not on the field because of the ankle, then I think we sound the alarm. But as of now, given the fact that he's been able to manage it and play at a high level for 3 seasons since returning from the injury, I think, we sort of are left to take him and the team at their word that they're not concerned about this, and this is normal management of the issue.
Where are you at with what you heard and what you've seen of this Dak situation over the last 24 hours?
Yeah, I think, coming out of OTAs, he was probably going through a few things, probably just want to get a little cleanup, little light, little, small orthoscopic surgery. I don't think it's necessarily something to worry about. Training camp is long, preseason is long, and making sure he's ready for week 1, which you have about 8 to 12 till then. It'll time out, right?
This popped into my brain, Depot, when it comes to this situation, because what's hovering over the Dallas Cowboys right now is 3 very big contracts in the form of Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak. If you were Dak or his agent, because of this, would you be advising him at all to try to get a deal done now? Or would you continue? Would you say, you know what, we're not that concerned about it. It's always a risk with what you guys do. It's always a risk, no matter who you are and where you're at financially.
Yeah.
But would that pop into your brain right now as an agent to advise Dak because of this, hey, let's get a deal done as quickly as we can?
Yeah, it could be a gift and a curse. I think for Dak, just being injured could definitely take his value down. And I think he's kind of at that point in his life where, like, come on, man, you hit your ceiling here with the Cowboys. He kind of knows it. He probably wants a fresh start. He'll probably use, pay for play type of season. And I think Dak, my personal opinion, I think he's going to test free agency. I think there could be a lot more opportunities for him. And I just think from the organization standpoint, Bodie, you might kill me or not, but I think they're saving their dollars. And I think they might be looking elsewhere. And I'll be honest, call me crazy, all signs point to me Quinn Ewers is going to be wearing a star on his helmet next year.
So here's my thing, because I do want to hear from Bodie as the Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they won't be, because you think Quinn Ewers is going to have a good year with Texas, right?
Yeah, I think they go quarterback next year. You've passed on too many generational quarterbacks in the last 10 years through Dak's tenure, and I just think it's time for that.
Will they be bad enough, though, Depot, to pick that high? That's the only thing that jumps into my mind. Because if you think Quinn Ewers is going to be good, he's probably going to go top 10, I would believe, at the minimum.
Yeah.
I think the Cowboys are going to be pretty darn good again, and they're going to be picking in the mid to late 20s, and hopefully for Bodie's sake, even later than that.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing, Depot, that pops into my brain is how can they get Quinn Ewers? And the draft capital, maybe they'd be willing to give up some of that. Who knows? Bodie, real quick, where are you at with Dak and your expectation level as a Cowboy fan when it comes to either going all in with him financially or maybe taking a risk of letting him hit free agency?
Yeah, there's no question I would re-sign Dak. Sign him to another long-term extension. I know he'll probably be a little overpaid if you look at the fact that he's 7th, 8th best quarterback in the league, and he'll probably get, first or second best money. But that's just how the market works. Every single time a guy's up, he becomes basically the highest paid quarterback and player in the league, even though we all know Mahomes is probably that status there. But I would pay him. I think it would be, because like you said, I don't see a scenario, even as kind of like down on the Cowboys as I can be as a fan of the team. I mean, every year that Dak has been the starter, outside of 1 year he got hurt, they've gone 500 or better, and they basically have been kind of a shoe-in for the playoffs. I mean, as much as we want to talk about noise around the team, they've won 12 games each of the last 3 years. I know the playoff success hasn't been there, and as a fan, it's just like it kind of has hit a point where I'm almost hard to get excited about the season because it's just, let me know what happens in January.
Right.
But I don't see a scenario where, as we were talking about earlier, Quinn Ewers or the Carson Beck types. Carson Beck, right?
Yeah,
saying the name of Georgia. Yeah, okay. I said it out loud. I was like, is that right? But I don't think they're going to be in a position to get one of those guys. And now it's like, do you want to really use the 25th pick on, a Riley Leonard type? I love Riley Leonard. I hope he plays well for Notre Dame. But you know what I'm saying? You're kind of risking that.
I feel you,
dice, man. And to me, too, they're kind of in a position where it's like the rosters, I'm not saying they're going to win anything, but the roster is in a position to win now. Zach Martin isn't getting any younger, DeMarcus Lawrence, and even some of the other guys where it's NFL, not for long, right? Micah Parsons, he's not old, but it's like he's ready to win now. Trevon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, a lot of these guys are like, so are you really at a point where you can reset the roster and be like, yeah, we'll, reset everything, let Dak walk and try to go get one of these guys in the draft, which we know is a total 50-50 shot.
It absolutely is. So, no, I appreciate that perspective. And, yeah, Depot, I just don't know if on the other side, like I think they're playing a very dangerous game because I think you nailed it with what's coming for Dak. And I think there's going to be a few suitors that are going to say, here's $55 to $60 million. Come be our guy. Whether it's
somebody else will pay Dak. Yes.
The Raiders, the Steelers.
There you go.
Or a team that we don't see right now where something funky happens.
Titans.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that one. That's a good call.
I'm telling you, there's just a lot of other suitors that are willing to give him the bag.
Yeah, whether it's Dallas or somewhere else, Dak is going to be a wealthy, wealthy man starting in 2025.
I just think if Dak signs a deal now, he's taking a discount on himself because he's hurt. You're coming to the table hurt. It's just.
But don't you think that's starting with at least 55 from Dallas?
I mean, for sure, yeah,
because he holds all the cards right now.
Yeah, based off comps for sure. But the injury definitely put a card on the Cowboys side of the table.
On Jerry Jones' side of the table, which is on his side of the yacht, I should say.
Yes.
Right there. We do it every Friday. We'll do it next. It's Under Pressure. Rothman and Ice right here on the Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here at the Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
America's favorite car show returns to Ohio for the biggest hot rodding event of the year. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing Nationals, and it's all taking place July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Check out thousands of chrome and candied hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Shop the huge swap meet and vendor midway and see which rides take home the crown of the Good Guys 2024 Classic Instrument Street Rod and PPG Street Machine of the Year. It's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center, and you don't want to miss it. Get complete details at good-guides.com.
Hi, it's Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Need a perfect gift? Check out the new line of Glock watches and other stunning jewelry at Worthington Jewelers. Make every occasion sparkle with Worthington Jewelers, where exceptional gifts await.
That's the sound of sweat falling drip by miserable drip because your AC has decided to call it quits in this heat. But the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team never quits. So no sweat. The Waterworks offers same-day AC service to help you keep your cool this summer. And that sounds amazing. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
Attention, boating enthusiasts. Bennington factory demonstration models are at Buckeye Lake Marina. These exclusive demo units are loaded with the features built to dazzle at shows and exhibits. And guess what? They're all brand new with a full warranty. Some have never even touched the water. Hold on to your mooring ropes because we're offering dock-shaking discounts up to $40,000 only at Buckeye Lake Marina. These deals are hotter than the summer sun and won't last long. Visit Buckeye Lake Marina and make your dream boat a reality today. BuckeyeLakeMarina.com, where your adventure begins.
You know when you said come over for the fight? We thought you meant your house.
You guys want another round of Bud Lights?
Service is better here. And so is the beer.
Bud Light is back as the official beer sponsor of UFC. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Morning Juice.
Good for Joe. I'm surprised the French let a kid from Appalachia walk in their Paris fashion show. Looks like the 80s are back.
Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Affinity Whole Health.
Weekday mornings at 6. The Fan.
Hi, it's me, Little Bob from Bob's Discount Furniture. I know, you don't know me yet, but I'm here to let you know that I'm opening up a brand new store in your area, located at Taylor Square in Reynoldsburg, bringing even more of my everyday low prices to the people of Ohio. And if you can't wait, mybobs.com is the quickest and easiest way to get unbeatable furniture prices delivered straight to your home today. That's my brand new Bob's Discount Furniture, coming to Reynoldsburg this summer.
Get Bob's Discount.
Incredible lease deals for my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Now through July 6th, lease a 2024 Civic LX for $249 a month, or a 24 Accord LX for $259 a month, even a CRV front-wheel drive for $279 a month. 36-month lease, payments plus tax, title, document fees, and $29.99 due at signing. 10,000 miles a year, includes Honda loyalty with approved credit. From the Honda dealership in Central Ohio, Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Parkway, just south of 270.
I've always wanted 3 kids.
I came from a family of 3 kids, and I started picturing having 3 car seats in the back of my truck.
That's Megan, Wisconsin native, working mom of 2 and lifelong conservative. Megan never thought she would get an abortion until a diagnosis late in her pregnancy changed everything.
Doctors told us our baby had no chance to survive. And because of Wisconsin's abortion ban, I would be forced to carry my baby for months, knowing he would die. It felt like a bad dream. It felt like a bad dream.
To get the care she needed, Megan had to leave the state. And now if senators in Washington pass a national abortion ban, families like Megan's will have nowhere to turn.
These decisions should be made privately amongst women and their families. And government should have no say in that. No senator in Washington should support a national abortion ban.
Paid for by Free and Just. Visit freeandjust.us to learn more.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are slowly clearing up. We've got a few isolated showers in the forecast for early this afternoon. Those clear out, and then we have full sunshine. Temperatures climb back into the mid to upper 80s by the end of the day, feeling more like the 90s. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your Doppler 10 forecast on The Fan.
Bet365 is the exclusive online sportsbook of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Rothman and Ice present Under Pressure.
Sponsored by United Dairy Farmers.
All right, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Matty Ice. Got the former Buckeye wide receiver DeVier Posey in the House Depot. We always let our guests lead off. So why don't you lead us off on a wonderful Freaky Friday? Who is on one of your first candidates this week on the pressure list?
First guy I got on a sign and trade, Buddy Hield to the Golden State Warriors. And here's why he's under pressure, Matty. You're not only replacing Klay Thompson, the Splash Brother, you're asked to be the next Splash Brother. NBA champion, infectious leader, self-made NBA player, Klay Thompson, heart of the team. That's pressure for Buddy. And then on top of that, Buddy has been second in the NBA in three-pointers made over the past few seasons, only 2 behind Steph Curry. So essentially, you've been playing like Klay should have been playing all, past couple of years. And I think there's pressure in that when you're asked to stand alongside the greatest three-point shooter and make shots with him, meaningful shots with him, and have some type of championship, demeanor about yourself every day. I just think there's some pressure on Buddy.
I like that because to your point, when you're playing next to Steph, that basketball is a little heavier.
Oh, yes.
It was a little heavier with the pressure on it. Yes. It was a little heavier when you're playing next to Steph Curry. By the way, Klay had one of the best setups of all time. I'm talking his arrival to games.
Oh, yeah.
Where he could literally drive his boat to the arena and just go right back to his, I'm sure, beautiful mansion that was sitting right off the water somewhere. But when I saw that, I was like, this is what being rich is all about.
Freedom.
It's doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy Graham just taking a helicopter.
Yeah, like
he has an airplane license, pilot license.
Oh, so he's flying himself to the games.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham. But that stuff is, you're right, that's what being rich is about, the freedom.
Yeah, it's like when Kawhi Leonard put in his contract, like, I want this amazing condo that's literally like 100 feet from the arena. Like,
that's nice.
Just looking right at,
Yeah. Kawhi had to, and I get to keep my Tahoe. He had the 1999 Tahoe.
Kawhi's first team on ski mask, by the way. Hundreds of millions of dollars to not play. First team all ski mask. Kawhi Leonard, first candidate for me this week. I'm going with the New York Yankees, Depot.
Ooh.
The New York Yankees have lost 3 games in a row thanks to my Cincinnati Reds, but zooming out from this series, they've lost 14 of their last 19 games. They have the MVP, probably in Aaron Judge. He's just, it's crazy. 6'7", hits home runs all over the place, hits for average as well. But they had a nice little stranglehold on the AL East. That has now changed. Excuse me. The Baltimore Orioles are now the leader in the clubhouse in the American League East. Hill, one of the best stories as a starting pitcher throughout the early portion of the schedule. He's starting to fade just a little bit. Now you start a series this weekend with your hated rival in the Boston Red Sox, who have been really good on the road, and they're coming in to the Boogie Down Bronx. So the New York Yankees, they're on the pressure list this week, man, because they got to get it going because the Baltimore team, as I mentioned, is really good. And the Red Sox are coming along really well right now at the early portion of July. So Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, their manager, Aaron Boone, they're on the pressure list.
I like that. And, when you lose 14 out of 19, you changing your toothbrush. You sleeping on the other side of the bed.
Changing the sheets. Like everything.
Switching the cars up. You're like, what's going on? Like something has to change in my life. You trying to figure it out?
Anything. Anything and everything, man. I hear you on that. You got anybody else on the pressure list?
Yeah, I'm going to put the Sixers on there, man.
Okay.
It's Philadelphia 76ers, and I'm going to stay in basketball because, free agency is top of mind. They go and sign Paul George, give him a nice hefty deal, give Tyrese Maxey a 200 bag. Joel Embiid has been very Joker avoidance. He's not been healthy. You got three guys who never won a championship all pairing together, and you're putting a tag on them saying they're the biggest big three in the NBA. And to me, I just think this is the Brooklyn Nets 0.20.
Wow. It's going to be something because Embiid doesn't play a lot. And I'm being nice in saying that.
Yeah.
He does not play a lot. I like the fit, but they got a lot to prove. And there hasn't been a ton of winning that's followed Paul George at his stops around the NBA. OKC, the Clippers. Started off hot in Indy.
Started off hot. Anytime somebody says Paul George, I say, don't talk to me. His best duo was Danny Granger.
You're not lying.
And Lance Stevenson. That was his best big three.
Some great battles with LeBron and D-Wade and the Heat and those guys. But that's deep in the rearview mirror now for Paul George. Second candidate for me. I'm excited about the Olympics, especially basketball. I cannot wait to see it. Everybody
on the pressure?
Oh, not our boys.
Okay.
But a star around the NBA and a star worldwide. Everybody's getting ready, and I hope we get it. Hopefully we get it for the gold medal game, USA versus Canada. Because Canada's roster is absolutely loaded, and we know our roster is it's silly. The Avengers are going to be for us. Bron, KD, Steph.
They arrived in Vegas today.
The big dogs are here. Enough messing around.
Yep.
But I'm putting Giannis on the pressure list this weekend because there's a qualifying game for the Olympics in the semifinal round that is going to involve Luka Doncic and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
So you got Slovenia and Greece going at it here. But I'm really putting Giannis on the pressure list this week, and here's why. It's been a bad year basketball-wise for Giannis.
Yeah, Milwaukee kind of, they crashed.
He was injured. The chemistry between he and Damian Lillard wasn't very good. You don't want to add one more thing to your basketball calendar.
Head coach during the year, right?
And a lot of the reporting was that was his doing.
Yeah.
Go get me Doc Rivers, get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
So it's been a rough year for Giannis. You don't want to add this to another L, if you will, of, hey, we didn't even get to the Olympics because I got bounced by it. Now, Luka's a monster. We know that. But Giannis has got to step up in this game tomorrow. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you're on the pressure list.
Put his brother on there, too.
The Nassus?
Yeah.
Everybody's mad at LeBron for getting his son in. Look at what Giannis has been doing with the Nassus.
Absolutely.
No point to be on the NBA. I got one more unless you got one more.
Go ahead.
I got one more. This is going to be for football season. Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore, you're on the pressure list. Here's why.
Really?
A couple years ago, the Philadelphia Eagle offense looked amazing.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith, and A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, we know the guys. They were close to beating Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Last year, they lose Shane Steichen. He's now the head coach for the Indianapolis Colts. That's why I'm so high on Anthony Richardson and what they're going to do together. But now, Kellen Moore, you got to come put a positive shine back on this Philadelphia Eagle offense. You have really good weapons. They gave you Howie Roseman, their GM, Saquon Barkley, who I think is going to be a stud in this offense. It's time to get the Eagles back on track and have that offense rolling. A lot of pressure on him. He leaves Dallas. Bodie may be happy about that. I don't know. But we got to get Kellen Moore on the pressure list.
I like that. No, I like Kellen Moore on the pressure list. And I think that Philadelphia Eagles offense, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, everybody has to be on the one page, one accord.
Let's go.
It felt like real me last year.
Okay.
And they didn't have that formula when they had their run to the Super Bowl, right? They had a guy like Jason Kelce. Then you lose a leader like Jason Kelce. Now, this team,
Where we
has
at?
all the pieces. They have all the pieces.
They have all the pieces. That's for sure. When we come back, and maybe Depot has another pressure candidate. I don't know.
No, I'm
We're
good.
good. Okay,
I'm
going to make sure because I was going to say we can do it next too. We can do it next. But we got a new head coach up in Cleveland for the Cavaliers, Kenny Atkinson. Haven't heard from him yet on our show. He's going to not hop on, but we'll hear from him after the break on Darius Garland, the fit of Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. We will react to a lot of that after the break. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
We always come through for you when you need us to. That's Eco's promise to you. And for AC repair and installation, that means today, not tomorrow. If you have an air-conditioned breakdown, we'll get a tech out to your home today. Or we'll give you a year's EcoFi Advantage membership for free. And make no mistake, we're a repair, not replace company. Our techs are trained to give you all your repair options. Sometimes, though, it just makes more financial sense to replace. And that's where we really come through for you when you need us to. Because we'll replace your AC system same day. No sleeping overnight in a hot, humid house. Or we'll take $1,500 off the cost of your new system and provide you with portable AC units for your bedroom. That's what coming through for you when you need us to means. So if you need AC repair, call Eco for same-day service. We'll get your home cool again. We'll make it happen today.
At geteco.com.
Attention aspiring media stars. Are you ready to take your talent to the next level? Register for your chance to win the Be On Air Summer Slam contest. This is your chance to showcase your skills in a thrilling 30-second live script challenge. Visit now at studiocontest.com to secure your spot and compete for amazing prizes, including a 4-hour studio session, Shure MV7 microphone, and Audio-Technica M20X headphones. Don't miss out on this dynamic event. Be On Air Summer Slam contest, where talent meets opportunity. Visit studiocontest.com and sign up today.
America's favorite car show returns to Columbus with a jam-packed weekend of cool cars, cool people, and good times. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing National, and it's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Cruise on out with your family and friends and check out over 6,000 of the country's coolest classics on display. And don't miss Good Guys CPP Autocross Racing action, Nitro Thunderfest, a huge swap meet and vendor midway, live music, family fun, and so much more. It's Ohio's biggest hot rod and party of the summer, and it's all going down July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Get details at good-guys.com.
Join us for gambling things, fantasy sports, gambling things, and most importantly, gambling things. Hollywood Casinos on the Money, Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
The Fan.
In a world without Mountain Dew, life would be pretty dull. So grab yourself a Mountain Dew and get that incomparable blast of neon citrus flavor. Hey, if you're not having an outrageously good time, you're not drinking Dew. Do the Dew.
Hey, Ohio! Make memories that will last a lifetime at the Ohio State Fair, July 24th through August 4th. Experience the food, entertainment, animals, shopping, rides, and more. July 24th through August 4th. Tickets on sale at ohiostatefair.com.
Ah, the sounds of summer. The crack of a bat, the splash of a pool, and the dreaded silence of a broken AC. No uh-oh. Don't sweat it. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team for an AC tune-up. Schedule a visit today and stay cool all summer long. All set. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
All right, people, let's get this meeting started. Where are the chairs? Gone. Research shows standing meetings are quicker.
What research is that?
Topic 1. CDW helped us deploy Mac supercharged by Apple Silicon for the way we work now. So how's their speed?
Fast.
Battery life?
Long.
Cyber threat protection?
Strong.
Ownership costs?
Low.
Great. This meeting
adjourned. Wow, that was fast.
Yep, that's the research.
With Mac configured by CDW, a solution that works for everyone isn't just possible, it's powerful. Find out more at cdw.com/getmac.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Helping you ace your afternoon. This is Rothman and Ice.
Welcome back in. Matty Ice, DeVier, Posey in the house today. Quick reminder, if you ever miss anything throughout the show, interviews or features, wherever you listen to your podcast, type in Rothman and Ice. Our show will pop up for you, and you'll be able to listen to all of that. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast as well. Had a fun interview earlier with Trevor Matich, ESPN college football analyst, gave us his take on what's ahead, hit us with a sleeper pick. And by the way, you and I have talked about Utah before he even mentioned them today as a team that maybe could surprise some people just based off of what they bring to the field, but more importantly, like they're going into the Big 12, and it doesn't seem too spooky over there in the Big 12. So just a quick reminder again, wherever you get your podcast, type in Rothman and Ice, and all of our interviews and more will be waiting for you. You got it smelling good in this studio right now because we got the 4th of July leftovers popping off in here during the break. Well, what was on the lunch menu today? What we have? Oh,
today we just had some leftover zucchini. Few little barbecue pineapples and barbecue shrimp kebabs.
Okay.
A little hot mat. And what else we do? We did a burger. I did sliders yesterday.
I'm a big slider guy.
Slider guy?
Love a slider guy. You get those on some King's Hawaiian rolls.
And there it is. You were raised right, man.
Mama Hayes and my Papa Hayes got me right.
You were raised right.
Speaking of Hawaiian stuff, my mom used to make an incredible Hawaiian chicken.
Yeah.
Like marinated in this, I don't know, some type of Hawaiian marinade. I never really got all the secrets. I didn't need to ask. I just knew how good it was.
Yeah.
Cut up some, fresh pineapple slices, let that sit for about 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's all you need, man.
That's all you need.
Then I used to like making a sandwich out of it, right? So you get the Hawaiian chicken. You could eat that plain or whatever if you're not into the carb thing. But you throw that on a nice bun with a nice piece of Swiss cheese. That's what you need, Depot.
Dang.
That's what you need, man.
I'm proud of your parent.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my parents, man. I don't even know if they're listening right now, but shout out to my parents. Love you. It's going to be an exciting basketball season, both here in Columbus for Ohio State, but up north with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They got a nice sigh of relief the other day when Donovan Mitchell decided to run it back. But now we got a new head coach in the mix. J.B. Bickerstaff was let go. He is now the head coach up in Detroit with a young team. But Kenny Atkinson's a guy that's been around the block for a little bit of time as a head coach and an assistant. But let's hear from the new head honcho on what he wants the Cavalier brand of basketball to look like.
As I get to know them better as players, I'm going to, me and my staff are going to figure out what fits best. And there's a lot of good things in place. There's some really great basketball. There's a great basketball identity in place, a great defensive identity. So we're going to have to figure out where are we winning on the margins. What are the margins? Where can we get better? I always think it starts with, I'll kind of quote Donovan's old college coach, Rick Pitino. It starts with if every guy gets a little bit better, every individual gets a little bit better, that's how you can make the next step. And then I think we'll have a strong staff that'll make the tactical adjustments that we need to make to move this thing forward.
Depot, what I find very intriguing about the Cavs, at least for now, and I'll emphasize for now because things may change, is this is a massive bet on Kenny Atkinson by ownership and other members of the front office, because I know that there's some people out there, some Cavs fans that I've talked to, whether it's an email, social media, or whatever, that feels like the fit either between Mitchell and Garland or the big four of Mitchell, Garland, Mobley, and Allen is not going to work. We've seen this movie before. And so Kenny Atkinson, he's got a lot of pressure on him, right? If they have these guys intact, those four names that I just mentioned, how can you as a head coach find a way to take them to a new level?
Yeah, Kenny Atkinson just coming off of his time and his tenure with Golden State Warriors and, them winning a championship late in their career and them finding a way to gel again, them finding a way to get back to that championship lore. So I think he will be able to balance the two-headed monster if he has health, right? And I think his front court is definitely one of the strengths of his team with Mobley and Jared Allen there. So it's all about finding those right combinations, finding that gelling unit. And I think Atkins, with his most recent time, helping Steve Kerr and that staff be able to do that in Golden State as recent as 2022 and win a championship. This might be the right guy for the job.
I completely agree. You mentioned Darius Garland. Let's hear from him on his thoughts of Darius Garland, as a coach that's been around the league but has coached against him in the Eastern Conference. Bodie, go ahead and spin that third one on Kenny Atkinson talking about Darius Garland.
I've already spoken to Darius multiple times, and I'm just a huge fan. I mean, I can't tell you how many times he destroyed us when we were in Brooklyn. He's obviously a great shooter, excellent, underrated passer. So it seems like something that when you have multiple ball handlers, and again, I'll hark back to my Golden State experience. Steph and Jordan Poole, like you have a lot of pieces, but the talent's there. So it's just we're going to work on tweaking this where we maximize those guys. But I just love both of them together, quite honestly.
So there's no denying that since Donovan Mitchell's arrived to Cleveland, things have felt a little off to me with Darius Garland's game. I know he was injured last year, but prior to Spider Mitchell pulling up to the land, we're talking about Darius Garland as an all-star caliber player that looked like he was really finding his way, and it maybe could be a real pillar for Cleveland to build around. And that I still think can be the case. But, Depot, you remember right after the season ended, there were some of the big-time reporters around the league saying that if Donovan Mitchell runs it back with an extension, and now we know he's locked in for a couple more years on a pretty big deal, that Darius may want out.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if that pops up here, in the future when it comes to Darius Garland and his unhappiness. Would you want to see this again with those two guys, or are you in the camp of maybe Darius Garland can get them some other assets that would be a better fit next to Donovan Mitchell?
No, I don't think you run from that if you're Darius Garland. You want to be around another amazing guard like Donovan Mitchell. You want to be around one of the highest paid guys, and here's why. Like, Kenny Atkinson just brought up his time with Jordan Poole and being able to balance that with Steph and Clay and Wiggins playing great, but just finding different points in the game where Darius Garland can go and beat a man. Like, hey Darius, Donovan's going to sit down at 4 minutes at the end of the first quarter, and you're going to stay in the game with the second unit, and you're going to get your shots off, and we're going to run the offense through you. Mm-hmm. You take a little break, you finish the second quarter. Just being able to find those places to where he can shoot. It's not, you sit down with Donovan and we get a whole new unit. There's no, like, let's get you going. Let's get you flowing here. And I think just that experience that Atkinson has, balancing a lot of guards that can shoot at Golden State, he's going to bring that here. And I think that's a good reason why Garland is probably getting excited.
What you're talking about is staggering their minutes.
Absolutely.
Staggering their minutes. But here's what if I'm playing Darius Garland in this scenario, Coach, we got to find a way that when it's closing time, because I'm going to be out there on the floor in closing time, in the fourth quarter and right before halftime, are you going to have us in comfortable positions? Because I think that's absolutely a great point, and I think that's where the Cavs could thrive, is to have those two guys out there on the floor at all times with that big-time offensive firepower that they have. But that's going to be a part of the equation that I can't wait to see Kenny Atkinson figure out, is just the comfort with those guys. And a big piece of this, too, is like Evan Mobley really rounding his game out and being consistent with what he can do on the offensive end. We know he's a heck of right. We know for a fact he's a heck of a defensive player, but that part of his game's got to come along if they're going to really be in the mix in the Eastern Conference. And look, that's a tall task right now in the East.
I thought that they definitely boded well against the champion. I think they gave Boston the biggest threat in the playoffs. They gave them the hardest time.
And you're talking about with injuries, too.
With injuries.
Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell, these guys are injured.
Team isn't as far off as people think.
I don't think so, but I think we're all taking Boston, New York, Philly right now on paper.
Milwaukee in there, Miami, no.
I would take Cleveland over those teams. Like, for me, the three that I feel, at least on paper right now.
I would have Philly wouldn't be in there for me.
Okay, so it would be Boston, New York, and Cleveland. For you?
It would be Boston, New York, Milwaukee or Cleveland. Yeah.
I mean, Giannis is in this position to remind, like, hey, remember me?
And you can never count out Miami.
You can't.
They're like the Patriots. If they get it rolling, like, I'm not saying they're like the Patriots championship-wise, but like organizational-wise, if they get rolling in the playoffs, they can beat teams that they're better than.
It just speaks to how great of a coach Eric Spoelstra is.
You get what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
You talk about a guy that went from, you're just a LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh coach, that kind of what Joe Mazzulla's dealing with right now. Like, people are like, hey, you got this loaded roster, you should win a championship. Since then, Eric Spoelstra has shown us, after Greg Popovich, I'm probably the best coach in the NBA because he doesn't have the consistent superstar power that some of these other coaches have had, and they've been in finals a couple times the last few years.
Spoelstra went and sat down with Chip to study the spread offense. That's how this dude is a psycho.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Should be a fun season ahead for the Cleveland Cavaliers when we get to NBA season. Coming up next in our Buckeye Bulletin, we got a projected first rounder for the Buckeye basketball team. We'll tell you who that is, and also the recruiting trail. You know what? You can't win them all. We'll tell you why after the break. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone are idiots. You should listen to them anyway.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan, Ohio's idiot destination.
Swimming is a great way to exercise and spend time with family and friends. Always swim with a buddy, keep an eye on children, and be prepared in an emergency if there is no lifeguard on duty. The next time you go to the pool, be water smart and know where the safety equipment is located. Complete the Ohio Department of Health Safety Equipment Scavenger Hunt and learn more about pool safety at odh.ohio.gov/swim. Have a safe swim.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey, it's Anthony for the Good Feet store. 3 words for me: pain-free summer. Spent probably 30 hours walking around the Memorial Tournament and felt awesome with my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store in my everyday kicks. Sure, every now and then we all get random foot pain from pickleball or golf or just being a human being. Having my personally fit arch supports in my shoes has made a massive difference. And even right after I put them in, didn't take long to feel much more supported and aligned, and it's so easy to just move them into any pair. Before I had them, I dreaded being on my feet for any length of time. Well, you have nothing to lose but the pain, as they say. It's a free fitting and test walk. Try them for yourself. See the difference it can make. It did for me. And best of all, you can wear them home. 2 locations on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road, or schedule an appointment at goodfeet.com. The Good Feet store, America's arch supports experts.
The Buckeye Show.
Like, what will do if he's going to be my guy? I think he's for sure going to be the starter. I'm looking for 30 touchdowns. I'm needing to see single-digit interceptions.
The Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
America's favorite car show returns to Ohio for the biggest hot rodding event of the year. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing Nationals, and it's all taking place July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Check out thousands of chrome and candied hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Shop the huge swap meet and vendor midway and see which rides take home the crown of the Good Guys 2024 Classic Instrument Street Rod and PPG Street Machine of the Year. It's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center, and you don't want to miss it. Get complete details at good-guides.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Feeling the heat? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on train systems, including 0% APR for 60 months.
All right, Deepo, let's knock out a Buckeye Bulletin. You know, the recruiting trail has always treated Ohio State pretty darn well. Here recently, it's been on and popping with what this coaching staff has done, especially with the 2025 class. But yesterday, there was a big-time player available, and it was the number 1 wide receiver in the 2025 class in DeCorian Moore. And Ohio State was in the mix amongst almost any big-time program that you can think of. He's from Texas, and he committed to Oregon yesterday. But see, here's the thing. We don't really know what's motivating these kids anymore. And I couldn't wait to ask you this. Like, Depot, if I drop 15, 16, 17-year-old DeVier Posey into this window of time that we're in, what do you think would motivate you when it comes to your decision? When you have the financial stuff weighing on you, when you have the brand, when you have potential playing time and getting out on the field sooner rather than later at a certain spot, what do you think would have been your motivation as a teenager to commit to a school if I dropped you in this era of football?
I think development and playing quickly. I think those things haven't gone away. And that's why I believe like the transfer portal is somewhat more powerful than NIL, just like as a thing, just because if you could have the ability to, like, the moves aren't over money. The moves are to play, right? And you have this short window to play. So I think for young guys, playing early in development needs to be on the top of the list. But, I mean, I'm not surprised with Oregon getting the nation's number 1 recruit. I just really believe moving forward in this next decade, the Big Ten is going to be ran by Oregon, like 1 California school, and then number 1 Ohio State. You know, so it's just we will be the leaders, and Oregon will get recruits because they're going to be able to play against the Ohio States, against the USCs, against the Michigans.
And it's the power of Nike too.
Exactly.
The power of Phil Knight and Nike is a very real thing, and also got to give the guy credit. He's got a little bit more proving to do until I think he's really stamped as one of the best. But I think Dan Lanning's on his way as potentially one of the best head coaches in college football. And this is how you get it done right here. So Ohio State misses out on the number 1 receiver in the 2025 class. That'll bring Oregon up to 5 nationally. But Ohio State's class is still number 1.
Yep.
Still number 1 in the country with what they've put together. And up top, you got Tavian St. Clair and you know Naeem Alford and Devin Sanchez, a couple corners there. So this coaching staff has absolutely did their thing in 2025. And you're right, just the rebranding of the Big Ten is so fascinating and will be to see how it unfolds. And, you know, you mentioned the California squads. Like, how much long-term security does Lincoln Riley have at this point? Like, he was one of those shiny new toys around college football a few years ago, and even just really going back to 2 years ago when Caleb Williams won the Heisman. But the thing that just completely let them down year in and year out is their defensive product that they put on the field is horrendous.
Yeah, I think the Big Ten is definitely a more attractive destination for NFL coaches, you know, and people to want to come and compete in this league and live in a city like Los Angeles. Like, there's going to be a lot of names up for that USC job. A lot of names.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see. That's for sure. So 2025 class, Buckeye fans, no sweat. Still number one in the country. Dude's going to be ripping and running over at the Shoe and other venues for years to come and playing high-level football. I saw this from CBS Sports and transitioning over to Buckeye basketball, that they put out their first-round mock draft for next year, since we just got done with the NBA draft just a week or two ago. And there was one Buckeye that popped up in the top 15 picks, and that's Aaron Bradshaw. CBS Sports believes that Aaron Bradshaw can really reach his potential here in Columbus. He didn't play more than 15 minutes a game last year at Kentucky. Huge recruit coming out of high school, Depot, as you know. And they've comped him to Khalil Ware, who we watched at Indiana last year. And Khalil Ware, we were talking about Eric Spoelstra in our previous segment.
He was a transfer guy, too.
He was, right? And so now Ware goes down to that factory, and I won't be surprised if he turns into a good player. But the factory here under Jake Diebler's watch can hopefully turn Aaron Bradshaw into a really good player, because there's no doubt, man, when you use that P-word potential, it's definitely there with him.
Yeah, I love that as far as a guy like a Kentucky recruit coming to Ohio State and having an opportunity to develop. I just think that piece in youth basketball is being sped up so much, and what we're asking these guys to do and to blossom. I mean, even a guy like Amari Bailey, if he's in school another year, I think this year he's a lottery pick. But you're asking these kids to come and go and be one and dones, and then they're in the G League somewhere or they're overseas and they kind of lost all their eligibility. So being able to come to Columbus, develop under Diebler and staff and company, it's a great move. And I can see this playing out.
Huge recruit. I mean, think about it. You got big transfers from big brands. And one all season, Kentucky and Duke. And you bring Michi Johnson in and pair him with Bruce. There's some nice offensive firepower there. We'll see where the three-point shooting is going to come from consistently, because losing battles is a big blow. I mean, that dude was a home run via the transfer portal with what he did. But collectively, I know these guys have been in the lab, but it's on Coach Diebler and his coaching staff to get him right, because there's definitely some real talent over there at the shop.
Yeah, no, this season is more exciting than anything, just because you got guys like, the league expanding. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited for men's Big Ten basketball, but I'm really excited to see Juju.
I know.
I want to see Juju.
She's must-see TV.
Yeah.
She is must-see TV. She really is. And the fact that we'll see her a couple times on our neck of the woods is going to be awesome, because, she's the next one in line after Caitlin Clark and carrying the torch for women's college basketball. Yeah. That's a name to absolutely recognize it and, refresh yourself or get to know, if you don't know her at all, is Juju Watkins for USC, as Depot mentioned. That is today's Buckeye Bulletin. Top of the hour in the deep dive. Depot, one of CJ Stroud's teammates, is talking about, how close is he to Patrick Mahomes? We'll tell you who that is and what was said. And Depot's cooked up his top 5 MVP candidates for the 2024 season in the NFL. Ooh. We'll do it all next after the break. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
Incredible lease deals for my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Now through July 6th, lease a 2024 Civic LX for $249 a month, or a 24 Accord LX for $259 a month. Even a CRV front-wheel drive for $279 a month. 36-month lease, payments plus tax, title, document fees, and $29.99 due at signing. 10,000 miles a year, includes Honda loyalty with approved credit. From the Honda dealership in Central Ohio, Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Parkway, just south of 270.
Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend is back. Shop buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and special offers on diamond engagement rings. Visit us at Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, Friday, July 26th and Saturday, July 27th on Sawmill Road.
Raising Cane's Iced Tea is the official iced tea of me, Iced Tea. Now, I heard some people order their box combos with water. Listen, water is for fishes and snitches, Jack. Chill out with Cane's Iced Tea this summer. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
At UDF, our made-from-scratch peach ice cream is back with a bonus. When you buy 3 48-ounce cartons, you can quickly stack an extra 20 cents a gallon in gas savings. UDF peach ice cream, made for you, while supplies last with an opted-in UDrive account.
Hey, Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spending the money to replace our home's windows is rarely something we get excited about. We usually do it because our energy bills suck or our current windows, well, they're too messed up. But in working with the local Pella Columbus team, my eyes have been opened. New windows can legitimately change the entire look of your home. They've got windows and colors and styles like I've never seen, and they can change everything. So go see my friends at PellaColumbus.com or check them out at their brand new Polaris showroom.
As a local family-owned and operated company, Newman Roofing takes pride in providing a great customer experience and quality product to every job. From the first call to the final nail, you'll know how much we care. So call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com.
Temps are heating up, and so are the ticket deals this summer with Vivid Seats. Whether it's scoring tickets for a night out at the ballpark or witnessing the rising stars of women's basketball, Vivid Seats has you covered. With a robust rewards program and wide selection of tickets, Vivid Seats makes it easy to score great deals on great seats with a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you the peace of mind for the ultimate fan experience. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Let's hear it for the Clippers' new coach, Doc Rivers.
FX is clipped.
TMZ is about to put out a tape of our idiot owner and his girlfriend.
The scandalous story
What's on the tape?
of LA's other basketball team.
I'm Mr. Sterling's right-hand arm, his confidant, his silly rabbit.
FX is clipped. Now streaming only on Hulu.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. Coming on the heels of wins yesterday, both the Reds and Guardians start new series tonight. The Reds actually a 10-game homestand heading into the All-Star break. They take on the Detroit Tigers at 7:10 this evening. Carson Spires gets the start for Cincy opposite Reese Olson. The Guardians have the best record in the American League right now. They sit at 54-31. They take on the San Francisco Giants at Progressive Field tonight. Tanner Bybee heads to the mound for Cleveland, a 7:10 start. 7:05 first pitch at Huntington Park as the Columbus Clippers continue their series with the Toledo Mud Hens. Fireworks after the game this evening, and the Miami Hurricanes got a big win on the recruiting trail. 5-star offensive lineman S.J. Alafatuli has committed to the school. This one's sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, give him a call at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online, sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and I feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Maxima Concrete. Visit MaximaConcrete.com today to schedule your free estimate.
Welcome back in. Matty Ice, DeVier Posey here with you on a Freaky Friday, bottom of the hour. Talk to our guy Jensen Lewis about the Guardians and the Reds. Throw some chin music with the Vandy boy. You know, JLew, it's a smart man. You go to Vanderbilt, you know. The Vandy boys, they don't play around when it comes to the knowledge.
No, they are highly educated.
Highly educated, like Bodie, a Notre Dame guy, you know. But highly educated man over there.
Didn't go to Notre Dame, but just
the dream school. Depot, what was the dream school for you outside of Ohio State, or was it Ohio State or bust?
It was Oklahoma.
Sooners, huh?
I grew up, it was a dude by the name Hollis Price. He was there with Andrew Lavender. They were on the hoop squad.
Okay.
And then I liked Brett Bomar, AP, and Malcolm Kelly, that squad, that Jason Kelly squad. And it was I liked that team growing up. Yeah, and in Miami for sure.
Oh, the Hurricanes had everybody in our era, because you're a year older than me.
Yep.
Like the Ken Dorsey-led squad. I mean, Ohio State took them down,
Santana Moss.
Just the run of firepower that they had. I mean, Ed Reed, it was crazy.
It's crazy.
It was absolutely crazy there. You mentioned Adrian Peterson there, like
freshman season you'll never see anything like that.
Like that year and the Reggie Bush USC window of time.
Sophomore year, yeah.
My two favorite collegiate running backs.
Those two
guys right there. Because Reggie Bush, like the Fresno State run, like those are just, you close your eyes. You watched it so many times, you can see it happening.
I give, those are up there, but also got to give just the flowers to the Darren McFadden, Felix Jones days, and the Pat White, Steve Slayton days. Like those two teams.
Pat White at West Virginia. Pat White was a problem.
Absolutely.
He was absolutely a problem. You know who reminds me of Adrian Peterson with his running style? And I'm curious to see if you see the vision. Is like, AP, he ran so hard. Like, he literally looked like he was putting everything he had on the line with every run. Like, AP, save a little bit, AP. Save a little bit, man. Isaiah Pacheco reminds me of that for the Chiefs. When you watch him run, like, to me, it feels like when Pacheco's running, like he's running on a field made of hot coals.
Yeah, I see that from Pacheco. I see that, but it's also like, it's not 6'3".
Yeah, just a physical presence.
40.
Chisel.
It's not
like an Egyptian god.
Yeah,
like,
it's not that. It's either more like 5'11". But I see.
It's just the style more than the physical nature. Because you're right. AP was just, it's different.
Yeah.
It was absolutely different. And he just carried it into the NFL, went on into Minnesota, and just was an absolute monster. So, yeah, and speaking of Minnesota, that's going to be a fun division to watch this year, Depot.
Oh, man.
That NFC North. See what can happen down there. Another division that's going to be fun to watch is the AFC South. And CJ Stroud, the former Buckeye, just lit the world on fire as a rookie in a good way with what he did and the weapons around him. Now one of his teammates in Tank Dell is hitting him with some very high praise. And I think it's justified, but some people may push back on a little bit of the back end of the quote that I'm getting ready to read. And seeing Tank Dell says of CJ, quote, he just brings a special type of swag. I feel for sure like CJ has got the opportunity to be the best quarterback in the league. Not me just saying that because of who he is to me, but just like what I'm seeing him do each and every week. I feel like CJ has got to keep doing what he's doing to bridge the gap between him and Mahomes. We know Mahomes is the bar, Depot. Yep. That is the guy. He is the gatekeeper for all conversations when it comes to, Super Bowls, but more importantly, quarterback rankings and all of those things right now. But when you hear his teammate say that this guy in short order could be viewed as the best quarterback in the league, is that a little too spicy for you, or do you see the same vision that Tank is seeing down there in H-Town?
So I was wearing red, white, and blue yesterday. And I don't have many American flag shirts, but I do have Houston Texans shirts. So I was rocking the Texans shirt yesterday, thinking about this season and the potential that CJ Stroud has and coming off of last year with the confidence. I just really think they're going to take that next step. Defensively, they got better. Yeah. Offensively, they got better. And with experience, I do see that with CJ Stroud for sure. He's my number one candidate for sure.
He's your number one candidate to win MVP this year.
Absolutely.
It's CJ Stroud.
Absolutely.
Okay. I didn't think he'd be number one for you, but I think with everything that you mentioned on defense and like one of the most underrated moves that I still don't think is being talked about enough is getting Danielle Hunter.
I was just about to say.
Getting him and pairing him with Will Anderson.
Yep.
With a defensive-minded head coach in D'Amico Ryans is huge. But the biggest thing that worked in their favor, and a similar thing happened last year with the Detroit Lions, is their ability to keep their offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Bobby Slowick was one of those names that, hey, he's meeting with this team, he's meeting with that team. Yep. He could be the next head coach in, Seattle or Washington or wherever there was an opening this year. Same thing could be said of Ben Johnson in Detroit. And you saw they kept him for another year, and they got to the NFC Championship game. So I think with everything that you're talking about, now with the addition of Stephon Diggs and more seasoning for Tank Dell and Nico Collins, and more importantly, CJ, having the offensive mind that sees the same thing that CJ sees and knows the strengths and weaknesses of what everybody wants to do, I think is big-time stuff. So your number one candidate for the MVP award this year is CJ Stroud. Yep. That's what we're starting with. So at number 2, who we got?
Number 2, I got obviously Pat Mahomes. Just can't leave Patty out of there. Okay. Xavier Worthy. They got better offensively. He's up there. But we don't need to talk about Pat.
We don't. And the same thing could be said. Just kind of rinsing, you copy and paste what I just said. It's like just at this point, the chemistry of Mahomes and Reed, with what they see and what they want to do week in and week out. And now, and you and I talked about this right after the draft, it seems like Andy Reid has found his Deshaun Jackson 2.0. At least he's hoping.
Yeah.
that's what Xavier Worthy is with his time in Philadelphia, and that's
Tyreek Hill.
And Tyreek Hill, absolutely right. These speedsters that Andy Reid has really worked with and put them in positions to thrive.
Yeah.
You got him, and I won't be surprised if they get the best out of Hollywood Brown either.
Yeah.
With what he's been able to do. So we got CJ, Pat Mahomes. Who we got at 3?
Jared Goff.
Ooh.
I think it's time to give him his flowers. They wrote him off in L.A., traded him, sent him to the potholes of Detroit, and he emerged.
Come on, they got Little Caesar's Pizza up there. They got crazy bread up there. Come on.
If you ever hit a Detroit pothole, you know what I'm talking about. They sent him to the bottom of a pothole.
Shake your bones, huh?
And so I like the way his redemption story. A lot of people were hype about Baker's redemption story, but Jared Goff supersedes that. Being able to answer, bring that franchise back to relevancy, and he's doing it with a straight mug face. He's not like, hey, feel bad for me. He's like, nah, we could be better. And I like that mentality. I mean, he's played in the Super Bowl. He's played in meaningful games. And I think he's like really hitting that stride in his career to where like you're going to look up and be like, oh, man, like this dude is as good as a Matt Ryan or as good as a Matt Stafford. Like he's in that like maybe not upper echelon of quarterbacks, but he's one of the dudes.
I agree.
Yeah.
And his story, I love that you brought up that aspect of his timeline in the National Football League is, let's just call it what it is. He got kicked to the curb.
Yes, he did.
He got kicked to the curb. He got broken up with for the sexier girl or the hotter guy, whatever scenario you're in. And look, on the other side of it, they calculated it in the right way.
Yep.
They won a Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. But the recovery of what Jared Goff has shown us and like what he's made of.
I think he's in a better situation than LA is.
So you think the Lions are now in a better situation than the Rams?
Since that Super Bowl, I think the longevity for the Lions is in a better place than the Rams.
It definitely feels like they have a little bit more runway, especially when you take out the Hall of Fame talent. That is Aaron Donald, and the question mark of how many more laps around the track does Matthew Stafford have? Like I think their right now talent is good, but a big piece of that is Stafford going to hold up? And to your point, we just saw this offseason. You know, Brad Holmes, the GM for the Lions, hit Jared Goff with a big bag. You got your left or right tackle of the future and Penei Sewell locked in, and he might be able to slide over to left because the former Buckeye Taylor Decker is still holding it down.
He's still there.
Still holding it down at a high level, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown. So your pillars are in place. And not to mention, you got some young guys waiting in the wings. Sam Laporta can go at tight end. Jameer Gibbs can go. You know, like their offense.
They're really set up.
They're not old. So not a bad call at all. So who we got next on our list?
And I'm going to stay in the NFC North there, and I'm going to go with Jordan Love.
Okay.
I really think this is a year he really comes on and has somewhat of a dominant year. And I think the only team he has to worry about is Detroit. I think is like, all right. I've got off of the hype of the
Caleb Williams,
the honeymoon Bears draft. I'm done.
Just like slow down is what you're
slow
telling
down.
us.
This is still the Bears, and this is still the Bears.
He said, "I'm here to change that, though, Depot."
Okay. Okay, Caleb. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. But not to shine a line on Caleb, but I do think Jordan and Jared will be taking turns on knocking JJ and Sam Darnold's head off and knocking the Bears' head off in the NFC North. I really think it's going to be a battle between the Packers and the Lions to see who wins that division. But I think he has another good year. And what people don't talk about is how good that young wide receiver core is in Green Bay. Jalen Reed is for real. Watson, for real. Like this team, and they just got Josh Jacobs. For real, like this team is going to surprise a lot of people this year.
I love that they got tested. They got that feel of the postseason.
Yes, they did.
I know Bodie is not a fan of what we're saying right now because of what Jordan Love and the Packers did to his Cowboys, but that is going to pay off for them.
And that was on the road too, bro.
And it was on the road, and then they went into San Francisco and held their own for a while. Like they really did. So this team in Green Bay, they are on their way. And Jordan Love, he dropped a comment this all season where he said, like, we don't really have one true number one wide receiver. We have multiple.
And that's okay.
And I think that's perfectly fine because now you mentioned with the addition of Josh Jacobs, defenses are going to have to respect that. Who's rounding out your top 5 for MVP candidates in 2024?
Welcome to the jungle, Joe Burrow. Okay. If T. Higgins comes playing like a man with his head cut off, trying to get a bag, you're going to get some good play out of him. If Joe's healthy, that wrist is fine. Jamar Chase, he's going to want to play big too. So I'm going to go with Joe, man. It's time for him to get back into it, man. It's time to get back into that conversation.
So DeVier Posey's top 5 favorite MVP candidates going into the 2024 season: CJ Stroud, Pat Mahomes, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, and Joe Burrow. You're a big fan of first names with J, huh? Figuring that out.
Oh, man, yeah. There's a lot of J monies on there.
Joe.
Yeah.
The best value I can offer you right now at Bet365 would be Jared Goff. He's at 30-1. The other guys that you've listed, Jordan Love is 14-1. Pat Mahomes is the leader in the clubhouse at plus 500. And then Joey B is third in line at plus 900.
So throw 300 balls on Jared Goff. Would it give me 3,000?
It's a good chunk of change right there. It's a good chunk of change right there. I'm surprised you didn't. Well, maybe I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Like Justin Herbert, Vegas likes him at 14-1.
Herbert.
Mm-hmm. I just don't know if the stats are going to be as sexy as
really
in that offense.
They don't really have a guy to throw it.
That's not established just yet.
Yeah.
But Jordan Love at 14-1. A lot of people have there. A lot. This has been kind of the off season of Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Mike Tannenbaum said on ESPN, if you had to take Mahomes off the board and start a franchise with any quarterback, he's picking Jordan Love.
I like it.
He's going to get a big bag too here.
Yes, sir.
Coming up next, we're picking on Bodie's Cowboys today because Depot, he's got to react to a clip from a Dallas Cowboy that has really taken over the football world over the last couple days. Can't wait to hear his perspective after this. And pre-snap read, it's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Bo Bishop is a media legend. We have no idea where the other guys came from. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Raising Cane's iced tea is the official iced tea of me, iced tea. Now, I've heard some people don't order iced tea with their box combos. I've also heard some people spontaneously combust. Sip on that for a while. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait, I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Listen up, gamers. Mountain Dew has always been your go-to for a refreshing citrus kick. Now it's also your go-to for gaming rewards. With Mountain Dew Gaming Rewards, you just look for codes under the caps of specially marked 20-ounce bottles of Mountain Dew. Enter those codes online to bank points, and then redeem them for awesome gaming gear. Everything from gift cards, game copies, controllers, consoles, custom Mountain Dew gaming gear, and more. Join Mountain Dew Gaming Rewards now.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+. Subject to program terms at mountaindewgaming.com and 2525. Voter prohibited.
Turn any picnic into a Schmitnick. Whether you order online, pick up at Schmidt's, or need catering, we bring the delicious flavors of our famous sausages to your celebrations. Why picnic when you can Schmitnick?
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's the symphonic rock experience everyone's talking about. The Columbus Symphony Orchestra performs Windborne's The Music of Led Zeppelin, featuring conductor Brent Havens, a full rock band, and vocalist Randy Jackson. The hits of Led Zeppelin performed as you've never heard them before. Saturday, July 6th, the Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com. Full details at windbornemusic.com. Presented by Nationwide Picnic with the Pops.
Hi, it's me, Little Bob from Bob's Discount Furniture. I know, you don't know me yet, but I'm here to let you know that I'm opening up a brand new store in your area, located at Taylor Square in Reynoldsburg, bringing even more of my everyday low prices to the people of Ohio. And if you can't wait, MyBobs.com is the quickest and easiest way to get unbeatable furniture prices delivered straight to your home today. That's my brand new Bob's Discount Furniture, coming to Reynoldsburg this summer.
Get Bob's Discount!
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Ohio's public schools are safe, welcoming learning environments where everyone can thrive, no exceptions. Thanks to the nearly 120,000 public school educators in the Ohio Education Association. We are dedicated professionals who deserve respect, a living wage, and a seat at the table when decisions are made. And we're using our united voice to demand the supports and resources our students need to succeed. Because in Ohio, public education matters.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are looking pretty good out there right now. We have a few clouds lingering. More sunshine on the way after a few isolated showers develop by lunchtime. Those move out. We have that sun and temperatures climb. We're back to the upper 80s for your highs later today. Columbus topping out at 88, feeling more like 90. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your Doppler 10 forecast on The Fan.
Bet365 is the exclusive online sportsbook of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by the Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, welcome back in. Let me tell you that at Bet365, we don't do ordinary. You can see for yourself. When you sign up today and get $150 in bonus bets, when you bet just $5. My Redlegs coming home, taking on the Detroit Tigers. They're a wounded cat right now. We got to take them, can't take them for granted. I'm going with Spencer Steer. He's locked in. It's a dinger special today at plus 550 at GABP, a.k.a. the Great American Launching Pad, as our guy Jensen Lewis calls it. So give me Spencer Steer to hit a dinger and take a trip around the pillows tonight. See for yourself, again, when you sign up today and get $150 in bonus bets. When you bet just $5, because whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Bet365 is the official sports betting partner of the Cleveland Guardians. Download the Bet365 app today. 21 plus only, must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
So, I couldn't wait to play this audio for you because this is coming from the former Buckeye and Malik Hooker, and you haven't heard this shit.
No.
But we talked earlier about Dak Prescott and Jerry Jones and the Cowboys being in this weird situation to where you have three guys that are asking for top-of-the-market deals, and they probably all deserve them based off of their play because they're all elite players, Dak, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons. But one guy that's been in Dallas for the last couple of years is Malik Hooker, and he went on Keyshawn Johnson's podcast and had this to say about what should happen when it comes to what Steven and Jerry Jones should do with the bags.
Who should they pay first, man? Who should they pay? You got 3-4 dudes out there. You got Zach Martin. You got CeeDee Lamb. You got Micah Parsons. You got Dak Prescott. Who should they address, like, right before training camp? All of them should get their money, but who should go first?
Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and say this now. Micah should be. Micah, he shouldn't be yet. I wouldn't put Micah yet. I feel like we still got a lot to prove. Micah still has a lot to prove. Like he's done a great job his first couple years in the league. Don't get me wrong. He's a fantastic player, but I feel like Micah still has a surface that he don't even know that he can scratch as far as what he's doing. So I would say Micah. I would say Micah's last. I'll go CD1. You can interchange Zach and Dak at two for other reasons. You can interchange both of them, I feel like, and then, like I said,
so you rather pay an offensive lineman than the quarterback?
Yeah, I feel like because of the simple fact of when Zach Martin ain't out there, you see how it is for him. Like it's rough because not only just for his performance, that confidence for guys around him. Zach Martin gives a lot of those offensive guys confidence to go out there and be able to perform how they do. Little do a lot of people know, like, yeah, they're great, but when Zach Martin's out there, it's a different type of confidence. Like, I know he's going to do a job. I know he's going to do everything to a T to make sure that he's protecting Dak.
I mean, the floor is yours. Just you being in locker rooms, talking about contracts, not talking about is this in or out of bounds by the former Buckeye here?
I forget Malik's from Pennsylvania. Like, I can hear his accent. And first off, Pennsylvania dudes are wild. They're just wild dudes, man. And so I can hear this, and it seems a little bit, motivated between him and Micah. I don't know what they have, but it's something there. It's something.
Yeah,
there.
I hope it's because sometimes when you have that big brother, little brother, or just brotherly type of relationship, these things you can land the plane softly. Yeah. But if it's not that, coming out of a situation like we just heard from Malik, Micah might really feel some type of way.
Yeah, and the thing, Micah is still a very young player, and I do believe he shouldn't vote CD, he shouldn't vote Zach, and he shouldn't vote Dak. I agree with Malik on that. Like, I think he should be last in that pecking order. Now, that has nothing to do with age, but it has all to do with, I just think those guys are in front of him. I kind of agree with Malik. I don't know if I wouldn't have said it.
There we go. That's what I wanted to get to. Because technically, he's probably correct with the way Micah's contract is set up. They don't have to do anything right
he's
now.
on the rookie deal.
But Depot is just so eye-opening to hear a player talk about another man's pockets.
Yeah, but I mean, also you're talking about a guy that's on his rookie deal. Like, CD's coming out of his rookie deal. Like, they haven't even had to talk about a fifth-year option with Micah yet. So if you're telling me that we're going to forego the fifth-year option and the fourth year and pay this man in his third year over Zach, Dak, and see, that's crazy.
Well, there's always the argument out there that the quicker you get it done, the cheaper the deal will be.
Yeah, I got you.
Micah is going to get a huge contract.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when. And this is what happens, though, when you draft really well, is that you have these good problems on your plate when it comes to the timing of paying guys. But
let me ask you, though.
Yeah.
Buddy. Podcast Parsons. He gets paid now. Is he the same player? Does he lose focus? We're talking about Podcast Parsons.
So you're saying we pay him right now. Am I still getting high level?
Are you still getting the same, Micah?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I think he has a desire to be one of the greats. Okay. I think he has the skill set to do so, but I think it's a fair question because, sometimes, better, athletes can get comfortable after you give them the bag.
Man.
Real comfortable. So, and then also another guy that reacted to this is the former wide receiver in Plexico Burris. And he's dunking on Micah and he's dunking on, Malik and the Cowboys and just how their culture is a mess, and was saying that, in Pittsburgh, we would do this face to face and this would never happen in Pittsburgh, yada, yada, yada. I'm just like, Plexico, really? We had the Antonio Brown situation. Big Ben had his own radio show that he did every week. So I think it's interesting to call them out, but there's no doubt. I mean, the Cowboys have had their distractions by their own doing here recently. And I know, it's for a lot of people when it comes to that brand, it can be tiring to hear about them all the time just because of they haven't even been to an NFC championship game in a couple of decades.
Right.
So they got to go because they got really good talent. But, it's put up or shut up time. And as you talked about earlier, a team like the Detroit Lions and the Niners and the Packers, the NFC looked really light last year. Yeah. But now, that might be a different story around the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. The Cowboys culture is definitely needs to be fixed, man. And I don't know what's going on. I know Bodie is back there headbutting the screen right now.
He's headbutting into a Larry O'Brien trophy right now. That's what he's doing. That Celtics trophy. He don't mind banging his head against that right now. Those are your pre-stat reads for today. Bottom of the hour, we do it every Friday with our guy Jensen Lewis, Guardians analyst, MLB Network. The man's been all over the place covering the sport very, very well. We'll talk Guardians, Reds, and a lot more with him. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
That's the sound of sweat. Falling drip by miserable drip. Because your AC has decided to call it quits in this heat. But the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team never quits. So no sweat. The Waterworks offers same-day AC service to help you keep your cool this summer. And that sounds amazing. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
Great coaching can make all the difference, especially when it comes to your money. At Right Pack Credit Union, our financial coaches are on your team. We'll help you create a winning game plan that's customized for your unique needs, so you can make the most of your hard-earned money and live the life you want to live. Best of all, Right Pack Credit Union serves all of Central Ohio, so getting in the game is easy. Let's win together. Stop by one of our Central Ohio member centers to get started today. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA.
Attention aspiring media stars. Are you ready to take your talent to the next level? Register for your chance to win the Be On Air Summer Slam contest. This is your chance to showcase your skills in a thrilling 30-second live script challenge. Visit now at studiocontest.com to secure your spot and compete for amazing prizes, including a 4-hour studio session, Shure MV7 microphone, and Audio-Technica M20X headphones. Don't miss out on this dynamic event. Be On Air Summer Slam contest, where talent meets opportunity. Visit studiocontest.com and sign up today.
Know how. Know now. Be in the know now with the free 10 TV app. News now. Weather now. Traffic right now. Alerts before you know and go. Breaking news, community events, your favorite teams, and their live scores. Anything you want to know now. Now you know how to know everything right now. And we love knowing you know. Stay in the know with the 10 TV app. Download it for free right now.
One of the most important Buckeye football seasons ever is coming. The Fan is your home for all the news and interviews you need as fall camp approaches. Join us. We're a friendly bunch of degenerates. Your Buckeye station, The Fan.
This is Ice-T, repping Raising Cane's Iced Tea, the official iced tea of iced tea. Brewed throughout the day and perfectly poured over Cane's signature crush ice makes Cane's Iced Tea the only iced tea as fresh as me. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Okay, so that's the final price. Oh, an extra fee to drive here, is that it? A knock on the door fee, so is that the final price? A 15% Wednesday surcharge, what for? Oh, because it's Wednesday. Of course. Can I get back to you on this?
Apex Pros, the pros who knows.
This quote you gave me, are there any other charges I don't know about?
Other charges?
Like an it's too sunny fee or my dog wet the carpet tax.
No, Apex always gives you upfront pricing.
No surprise fees?
Never.
No charge if your stomach hurts or you lost your library card?
Upfront pricing every time at Apex Pros, whether it's plumbing, heating, and AC, or our new electrical services.
I'll call you right back. Hello, other company? Hi, me again.
It's Alex, the friendly Apex Bear. You'll never get a surprise charge with the Apex Pros upfront price guarantee. Schedule an appointment now at apexpros.com.
As a local family-owned and operated company, Newman Roofing takes pride in providing a great customer experience and quality product to every job. From the first call to the final nail, you'll know how much we care. So call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Crowd the plate at your own risk. It's time for for some chin music with former big leaguer and president of the Bald is Beautiful fan club, Jensen Lewis.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Feeling the heat? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on Train air conditioners.
Oh, there we go. Means our guy is in the building. Welcome back in. Matty Ice, the former Buckeye wide receiver, DeVier Posey, chopping it up with you on a Friday. Going to bring in, he's really a family member at this point, not even a friend of the program. Jensen Lewis, JLew. He does it all. MLB Network, Sirius XM. He does TV for the Guardians as well. JLew, happy Friday, man. How are you?
Likewise, Matty, DP, great to be with you. Hope your 4th was great yesterday, and some fireworks both from the Guardians and the Reds, my man. It's going to be a fun little stretch run to the finish of the first half here.
No question. Fireworks for sure. We'll start up in Cleveland. The winner of all 3 games between the Guardians and White Sox scored at least 7 runs, and the Guardians ended up taking 2 of 3, and here we are on the way out of that series, JLew, with Stephen Kwan. The man is just not stopping with his offensive output.
Yeah, he's been ridiculous, and now enough at-bats to qualify for the batting title, and he is heads and tails ahead in that category, and another 3-hit night for him yesterday. That's the 12th time he's collected 3 or more hits this year. That leads all of Major League Baseball as far as those games go. So, yeah, the igniter at the top, of course, getting his first All-Star selection and starting nod there for the Midsummer Classic alongside Jose Ramirez. So top of the lineup, continuing to do damage, and he has certainly been the keystone for that group.
So let's go down to Cincinnati. They welcome in the Detroit Tigers, and they go into the Boogie Down Bronx, a place you know very well. And, JLew, they brought out the brooms, but they brought out, like, the Thor hammers as well, because it was like a home run derby for the Reds the last few days.
Yeah, it certainly was. And, Matty, you think about it, it's been a bottom third club as far as home runs go. Kind of perplexing considering the talent that they've got there. But some of the usual suspects and then some of the unusual suspects getting in on the action. But good to see the bottom of the lineup, particularly Noelvi Marte and Stuart Fairchild with some big contributions. Will Benson with a tank job himself. And, the long ball playing. And I'll tell you the other part that was really good for them, back into the bullpen with back-to-back nights of big-time situations late in the game. Aaron Judge at the plate, middle of the order with an opportunity to put the Yankees ahead, and they were able to come through. So big-time sweep. Now you got to carry that momentum, man, into a massive and long homestand to finish out the first half. Detroit tonight, Colorado, and then Miami. It's there for the taking, man. They have every opportunity to get back to 500 and maybe even above that and feel really good about how the way they finished the first half.
JLew, man, the boys in the Bronx, the Yankees just got swept by me and Matty's Red Legs. Obviously been on a terrible stretch here. Are you concerned about where the state of this organization is right now?
I'd tell you what, DP, I'm a little more encouraged the way that they came out of that, but your caution is well warranted just because of where the inconsistency of the offense has been, and then the real lack of swing and miss capability, at least what's been shown this year in the rotation. They're bottom third in strikeouts per 9, bottom third in walks per 9, and so that's a lot of traffic to be dealing with. If they can find a way to kind of even that out a bit, back into the bullpen with Cruz and Diaz has been pretty solid. Lucas Sims, Sam Moll, I mean, they got the makings there of being able to bridge the gap. And, man, you just hope that Matt McClain and TJ Friedel, it sucks that Christian Encarnacion Strand is out too, because he was going to be a guy they relied upon so much. Nick Lodolo with the finger blister, you hope that he's going to be able to find his way back soon. So they've got reinforcements in-house. Just got to get the boys a little healthy here, and hopefully these next couple of weeks will show that.
JLew, I want to go to the draft, and we're not going to hold you to anything, but Guardians are picking 1, and the Reds are picking 2. Based off of what you know about some of these top prospects or some of the stuff that you're hearing, what's your early feel on what the Guardians might do at number 1?
It's a full menu, Matty, and I'm glad you brought it up because no matter who you talk to, it feels like they still are considering a plethora of guys for that top position. The Guardians are names you're going to hear: Charlie Condon, the big slugger from Georgia; Travis Bazzana, the all-around second baseman from Oregon State; J.J. Weatherholt, shortstop for West Virginia, has skyrocketed up there. I'm not sure Chase Burns or Jack Caglione get there, but if I were to lean on that side, Caglione's probably got the better chance to go if they decide that he's the guy. But where you are with the Reds at number 2, they'll really have an intriguing selection. If indeed it's Condon or Bazana at 1, and to have the option to take either of those guys at 2, I don't think they'll be upset about that whatsoever. Weatherholt is really an intriguing guy, but you're going to get almost an instant impact talent no matter what guys are taken for Cleveland and Cincinnati at 1 and 2.
Throw in some chin music with our guy Jensen Lewis talking everything baseball right now. JLew, let's go over to the AL West because a familiar brand has been climbing up the standings here over the last couple of weeks, and that brand is the Houston Astros. Like, how concerned are you for Seattle? But I guess more importantly, what's been cooking down there in Houston and why they've been able to go on this run?
Yeah, DEFCON 1 right now. It's a sound all the alarms you got for Seattle. I mean, just a couple weeks ago, they were 10 games up, guys, and now they're only 2 games up on the hard-charging Astros. What's remarkable for Houston is they've done this basically without the services of Kyle Tucker for the majority of those couple of weeks. And when you think about where their rotation is and the injuries they've had to deal with there, it's even more impressive that they've done it with some youngsters and Hunter Brown, who's been just utterly unhittable the last couple of weeks, and a back end of the bullpen with Hader and Presley and Brian Abreu, who have now looked like the guys that we thought they would be on paper from day one. Scary notion here, guys, because it's 6-7 years in a row that the Astros have been to the American League Championship Series. Critical stretch for them as they begin a series in Minnesota tonight. Big time showdown for them. Twins reeling a little bit with the injury to Royce Lewis. And then the Astros get to come home against Miami and Texas, 2 teams that they should be able to take relative care of. Guys, they may be in first place by the time we get to the All-Star break with how well they've been playing.
JLew, you mentioned Royce Lewis. Like, this is sad because when he's out there, this dude's made of MVP caliber stuff, but it kind of feels like they got another Byron Buxton again, right? This guy that's a high-end talent, but we just don't see him.
I have a special disdain for Minnesota Twin fans, but right here I will have so much empathy for them because, Matty, he's a guy that you love watching. If you're a baseball fan, you root for a guy like this because he plays the game the right way. He's got, the college eye black still on, man. I mean, he has got a big megawatt smile, and the dude just hits tanks, man. I mean, the guy just homers left and right. He's a special talent, but you're right. Now, all of a sudden, we've got significant injuries the last couple of years that have derailed a lot of his opportunities. And if he were to be healthy, I think Minnesota feels so confident going into the trade deadline in a couple of weeks that they can make a move or two to maybe give Cleveland a run for their money. But if he's out for significant time, I don't think they got enough offensively to be able to run down Cleveland the way they're playing.
All right, let's have a little fun here. Hit us with a name or maybe a name or two that you would like to see in a new location because you think that guy needs a fresh start or he can go to this team and really be a boost for them. Who is that guy in JLew's world?
Yeah, it's easy to go on the position player side with Luis Robert Jr. and where he would be because I think the actual scenery change is going to do him wonders and get into a locker room where he can really flourish. I'm really intrigued to see where Jack Flaherty goes. Detroit is going to sell. It's just a matter of when, and there will be no shortage of suitors for his services. I think between him and Eric Fetty, and ironically, they're both starters in Central Division teams in the American League. Those two guys could end up being difference makers for rotations down the stretch. So I know from talking to people with the White Sox that obviously Garrett Crochet's name has been top of mind for a lot of contenders. It's just a matter of he's going to get to his innings threshold probably by the All-Star break for a single season. How much more can an acquiring team rely upon him, not only through August and September, but you want him to be able to pitch in meaningful innings in October. So really a double-edged sword that teams are going to have to angle around when they go into those conversations and what is realistic to expect if they bring Garrett Crochet in the fold.
We'll get you out of here on this one. Two-parter when it comes to a couple Cleveland pitchers. What is going really well for Tanner Bybee in your eye here recently? But maybe for some Guardian fans listening, what's been the thorn in the side of Tristan McKenzie? Why has this gone so left for him?
Yeah, McKenzie's the easy answer because it's walks and homers. And again, when you're not able to command and you're giving up an average over 300 on your fastball, that's a tough way to do business in the big leagues, Matty. There's just no getting around that. So hopefully the reset at AAA will help, and he can be a guy that boosts this rotation in August and maybe September. Bybee has been so good at really being able to dominate not only at home, but he's upped his game on the road, and he's added that slurve now. So he was always good with the changeup to lefties, but now the slurve to go with his curveball and his slider to right-handed hitters along with the elevated fastball. The arsenal pretty complete and deep now, and you got to start talking about him as one of the top pitchers, not only in the American League, but if he continues this stretch, one of the top starters in baseball altogether.
No doubt about it. Giants in Cleveland tonight. First pitch scheduled for 7:10. Tanner Bybee looking to continue his success. JLew, we appreciate you as always, man. Have a good weekend.
Likewise, boys. Talk to you next week.
There goes JLew throwing some chin music with us on a Freaky Friday. We will hit the finish line of the show next. We'll tell the truth. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Common Man has spent the past 18 years telling you how much he hates people. And yes, that probably means you, too. Common Man and T-Bone.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan.
Low testosterone causes many issues, including low sex drive, bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog, and more. But many men just attribute these symptoms to aging and don't consider that there are medical treatments that can give them back their vigor and vibrancy. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating low T. And if you're feeling like I just described, it's time for you to treat that low T. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low testosterone. We've successfully treated many men for the condition and seen the amazing difference that those treatments can make in a man's life. If you're like most men with low T, within just a few weeks, your energy will return, that brain fog will disappear, your sleep will improve, as will your workouts, and your sex drive will be significantly enhanced as well. So call us and make a true life change. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
Are your feet stopping you from being active and making it difficult to get healthier? Trade in your bad feet and start the new year with good feet and get healthy in 2024. Wouldn't it be nice to work, walk, and play pain-free again?
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
It's the symphonic rock experience everyone's talking about. The Columbus Symphony Orchestra performs Windborne's The Music of Led Zeppelin, featuring conductor Brent Havens, a full rock band, and vocalist Randy Jackson. The hits of Led Zeppelin performed as you've never heard them before. Saturday, July 6th, the Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com. Full details at windbornemusic.com. Presented by Nationwide Picnic with the Pops.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
My name is Dr. Ray Tessner. I'm an orthopedic surgeon in Columbus, Ohio. I've been involved with taking care of athletes and aging athletes for over 35 years.
Dr. Ray Tessner knows a thing or two about joint pain, and one thing he's a big believer in right now is regenerative medicine.
The advantage that I see in a regenerative medicine that there's really no downside to it.
Today, you'll find Dr. Tessner at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in this exciting way to deal with joint pain, using natural concentrated healing agents from your own body to go to work on achy joints, restoring and repairing damaged tissue.
It's one of the best management tools that has come around in a long time.
Tired of that pain in your knees, hips, back, and shoulder? Before you go under the knife, get a second opinion from QC Kinetics. You really can get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
QC Kinetics has become a leader in the regenerative medicine field.
Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Attention aspiring media stars. Are you ready to take your talent to the next level? Register for your chance to win the Be On Air Summer Slam contest. This is your chance to showcase your skills in a thrilling 30-second live script challenge. Visit now at studiocontest.com to secure your spot and compete for amazing prizes, including a 4-hour studio session, Shure MV7 microphone, and Audio-Technica M20X headphones. Don't miss out on this dynamic event. Be On Air Summer Slam contest, where talent meets opportunity. Visit studiocontest.com and sign up today.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Weston Air Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft beer.
All right, welcome back in. Bodie, it's your time to shine. What do you got cooked up today for Tell the Truth?
All right, guys, we will start with this one. A little bit of college football recruiting news. Saw this yesterday. LeVar Arrington II, he's going to follow in his dad's footsteps. He committed to Penn State yesterday on the 4th. I want to know from you guys, what is an athlete that you remember seeing for the first time, maybe just the name, even if you didn't see him play, and thought, wow, I'm old. I'm officially old.
There's a lot of them. Yeah. I mean, I think for us, one recent one is probably Bronny in the basketball world.
Yeah.
But in the football recruiting realm of life, and when I saw T.Y. Hilton Jr. commit to Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was like, really?
Yeah.
This is where I'm at in life, right? It's just, it's absolutely. So I'll go with T.Y. Hilton Jr. Anybody jump out to you?
Oh, man, Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah, he's in the league.
Yeah,
man.
like
he's in the league.
Like just being at Penn State. Like I remember those Steeler Bengals battles, and it blows my mind. Yeah, his son was a dream. So that guy really, that's what really stuck for me. I was like, dang, that's crazy.
I saw the picture the other day of Plexico Burris, Ike Taylor, and Jerome Bettis.
Yeah,
and all their sons, I believe, are going to Notre Dame. They're going to Notre Dame. And it's just, we're at that point now for us. Like you and I, we're 90s babies. Like it's just, the math is math, and you know, in the wrong way in my mind. But it's been a lot of them, like Frank Gore Jr., right? His son was playing college ball, and even Steve Sarkisian, he just got a massive pickup in the recruiting trail from Raja Bell's son, who used to play in the NBA.
Raja Bell played with Dallas.
His son's a 5-star recruit in the 2026 class. So yeah, it's just nothing we can do about it now, Depot.
It's crazy. Yeah.
You can't handle the truth.
All right, next up here, when you create a coach in the upcoming EA Sports College Football 25 video game, you can choose one of 3 archetypes for the coach to be: a recruiter, a motivator, or a tactician. I want to know from you guys, if you were a coach, which do you think you would be of those 3?
Coach Depot. I can't wait to hear this.
I'm a recruiter.
Okay.
I'm a recruiter. I'm raising up everybody.
So here's where I'm at. I believe in the power of positivity.
Okay.
So I would like to think of myself as a motivating coach.
Yeah.
And really connecting with my players and getting to know them and what makes them tick. But more importantly, I believe in coaching in that way. I think you can get a lot done being positive. Not that you're not going to come down on players when it's warranted.
Absolutely.
But more times than not, that's what I like. I like when everybody feels good about coming into the building and what we're doing together as a unit. And my players would feel good about, hey, I can come to coach about anything, and we can talk about this, we can talk about that. So I would like to think that I'd be a pretty good motivator, and I'd have some amazing game day speeches ready to go.
So how you going to motivate somebody you can't recruit?
You know what? That's a fair question. And I don't have an answer. But I like to be
you can hype up a 3-star to play like a 5-star, man?
I think I could do that.
Okay.
You know, like the Al Pacino speech?
Yeah.
When he's getting Jamie Foxx in on him ready to go? That'd be me.
I love it.
Did you say I know my truth?
I know my truth.
All right, guys, to the NBA here. Zach Lowe of ESPN called the Cavs winners of this offseason, one of his handful of winners and losers in his column today, as they re-signed Donovan Mitchell, of course, and they remained patient with the rest of their roster. That's kind of what the 2 things that Zach Lowe highlighted there. Do you agree or disagree with him?
I agree, because if they didn't run it back with Donovan Mitchell, this would be a massive, massive loss. So now you have top 20 player in the league, somewhere in that range off the top of my head. Yeah, there's no doubt that they're winners, and I like that they do have chemistry, even though some of that chemistry hasn't worked out well in the postseason a couple of years ago, and the injuries kind of held them back this year from what they could be. Having him in the mix is obviously better than not having him in the land. So, yeah, I'm all in on that being a win. I agree with JLew.
Yeah, I think it's a major win. Like, we get into this thing with basketball that we believe you need to have a star player. Like, this Michael Jordan, Kobe era of having a number one scoring option and just role players, it's over. You need a two-headed, three-headed monster to win a championship. And the pace of play, Golden State putting us in this world, I think that's why LeBron struggles so much. The Cavs are better with Garland and with Mitchell. Absolutely.
All right, guys, next up here, coming off of the 4th of July yesterday, I want to know from you guys, if you could have your birthday be on any holiday, which holiday would you pick?
Ooh.
Wow. I would probably go with Thanksgiving. Here's why. Because, like, you really want to have time off for work. You get that for your birthday. Mm-hmm. Then the thing about it is, it's not too, like, Thanksgiving isn't gifty. No. Like, so you could still bring me gifts.
Yeah, you wouldn't want Christmas, right?
You don't want Christmas.
Want to double down.
You don't want to double down. So you can still bring me gifts.
Yeah.
And then, man, the whole family is thankful that I'm alive. It's my birthday. That's why.
So what you're saying is you're double dipping. You're getting
on the appreciation.
You
get a good meal.
And you're getting a great meal and gifts. Meal. It's hard to top that. Yeah. But, I got to go with Valentine's Day.
Okay. Well, I want to hear this.
The love is in the air already.
Okay.
It's your birthday, so you're getting gifts.
And lucky.
And you're getting lucky. So I'm going to go with Valentine's Day.
I like that.
You calling me a liar?
I ain't calling you a truther.
All right, guys, last question of the day, last question of the week. Today's fan poll at 971thefan.com. If you had the money, would you take a family trip to Disney World? Got 3 options here. Yes, no, or you've already done that.
You're the family man.
I've done that. But yeah, but if somebody wants to throw, because with the size my family is at, Bodie, I'm going to need a 10 ball right now. I'm going to need, if somebody wants to throw me a 10 ball for a free Disney trip, absolutely.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
I don't have any kids right now, but I do have the memory of going down to Disney World. That's the one in Florida, right?
World.
Land is Cali.
Yes. Yeah, we did Land last December and World a few years ago.
Okay.
But
so I went to Land when I was a kid, and I'll never forget this. There was this parade, and all of the characters were rolling by. I mean, you name it, they were all there, the mascots of them. And Mickey picked me out of the crowd, and I got to dance with Mickey in the streets in Disneyland. I'll never forget. One of my favorite memories of all time.
That's dope. So we did Disneyland in December. I didn't know there was 2 different parks. It's like gender oriented. Like one side is like Avengers and Toy Story. Another side is like Elsa and castles. Yeah. And we just stayed. We didn't even see the castle. We just stayed on the on the Avengers side, the boys side.
Shout out to Captain America.
The truth shall set you free.
Before we leave, if you missed Trevor Matich talking college football with us, we threw some chin music, talked all things Major League Baseball with JLew. Wherever you get your podcast, type in Rothman and Ice. And those interviews and a lot more will be waiting for you. Coming up next is Common Man and T-Bone. 2 of the week will be a great feature for them on a Friday. Depot, appreciate your time as always, man.
Have a good one, man.
Folks, thanks for listening. Have a good weekend. We'll be back on Monday. It's been Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan. This is a Fan Action Update.
NFL quarterback prop bets are out. Top 5 quarterbacks over under rushing yards for this year. Of course, has Lamar Jackson with the highest over under at 725.5. A tie for second is Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels at 550.5. Anthony Richardson's fourth at 525.5. And Josh Allen is fifth among quarterbacks over under rushing yards at 500.5. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar.
See for yourself when you sign up today and get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
The best of rivals, the best of two leagues meet again this summer. MLS versus Liga MX face off in the 2024 MLS All-Star, starting Sunday, July 21st. After a weekend of soccer celebrations, MLS All-Star Skills Challenge presented by AT&T will come to Lower.com Field on Tuesday, July 23rd, featuring MLS All-Stars versus Liga MX All-Stars as they show off the best of their skills. The two teams will match up once more at the 2024 MLS All-Star Game, presented by Target on Wednesday, July 24th. For more information on tickets and events, visit MLSsoccer.com/All-Star.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-893-2288. 800-893-2288. 800-893-2288.
Know how. Know now. Be in the know now with the free 10 TV app. News now. Weather now. Traffic right now. Alerts before you know and go. Breaking news, community events, your favorite teams, and their live scores. Anything you want to know now. Now you know how to know everything right now. And we love knowing you know. Stay in the know with the 10 TV app. Download it for free right now.